Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Noonchi podcast. And as you can, if you're watching, you can see that we have a special guest today. You've heard us talk about him a lot, Mr. Linus Kim.
Hi, guys.
Of Linus BBQ. We always have your logo smack in the center or on the side here.
I
was like, God damn, that's a big ass. It's as if it's your podcast. Like you know what I mean?
That was a bad intro though for you. Like, Linus is more than just Linus BBQ, but Linus
I'm more than barbecue.
Yeah.
Gosh. No, I'm not. That's all I've been doing for the past few years. It's crazy.
We're gonna ask you to speak close to the mic,
Sure.
but we are really excited to have you on. Actually, yeah. I can't believe we haven't had you yet on the show. You visited the show.
Oh,
and you've been like a studio audience for us before.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, at the old studio
when Dolly came by.
Yeah, the Dolly episode.
And you tried to get him to tell that story.
Yeah,
about the poop.
He never did. Yeah.
Gosh,
fucking. I hate these people that are concerned about their image. These fucking pansy motherfuckers.
Dude, and you brought us food today.
Oh, yeah.
Which is amazing.
It's like my business card, my calling card. Just like, hey.
I mean,
otherwise people, dogs wouldn't come to me or something.
We were gonna ask you after the show if you could just take us to your restaurant and feed us. But yeah, we're excited. You brought some mac and cheese balls and some sandwiches,
and you provided booze.
Yeah, today we're drinking some gin.
Yeah.
Awesome. So why don't we start with a cheers here?
You.
Hey.
Yeah,
cheers, guys. Thank you for this. Wow.
Oh yeah. Good.
Ooh. Well, I am glad and excited, not just because it's Linus BBQ, but I came prepared to eat.
Oh, sweet.
Because the last meal I had was at 9 a.m.
And it's about dinner time right now.
Yes, and I just flew in from Busan. And
jet setter.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. Like, got to put them stamps on, not the passport, but I went for the Busan Comedy Festival, and I usually never wake up for the the continental breakfast or whatever. But they had a legit breakfast buffet.
Eggs, bacon, sausage.
Yeah, they went. I make some toast.
But then they always have the Korean option, like juk,
kimchi rice. Dude, they had like fucking I don't want to say it's like pho, but like rice noodles. Like they build your own rice noodle station with fucking kongnamur.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this place is fancy.
That was an okay hotel.
Yeah.
Pretty nice hotel.
Chilla's stay was pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
And so I ate that, and then have you ever booked a flight like an hour before the flight?
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
Because I was like, I wonder what's cheaper, the flight or the KTX.
Did you fly there too?
No.
Oh.
I just KTX it there.
Okay.
But then the flight, I was comparing, and it was like $20 difference, and it was cheaper on the flight.
Shit.
Cheaper to fly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, and you can just do it on Kakao now. You can book what do you call it? 국내. So like national flights or domestic flights.
Yeah.
National. What the fuck? On Kakao.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And use your Kakao Pay to just interesting.
Yeah. So that just to me changed the game. I was like,
I gotta learn more Korean. I gotta learn more Korean so I can take advantage of take part in the economy, this digital economy. I'm still Stone Ages, man.
So I mean, but you use Kakao Taxi or whatever, right?
Yeah. I do that.
Yeah.
But I still can't. This is bad, but I still can't figure out how to buy a movie ticket.
Ooh,
it's hard. It's like doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's not easy.
There's other things I buy.
So wait a minute. You guys are technically my Korean 선배s. You guys have been here longer than I have, right?
Yeah.
And I mean,
but your Korean proficiency is much higher than ours.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like for Bobby, I understand because he has an excuse that he goes, well, if I'm not gonna memorize words if I'm never gonna use it, right? Yeah. And I was like, well, I mean, do you feel the same way? given that you've been here for quite some time?
I've never really felt that, but I didn't put in the work. That's it. Like I was like, I just didn't put in the work, and I'm just ashamed of that.
But at a certain age, it's like, don't you feel like it's kind of too late? Like, you know, like your aptitude to learn another language.
I'm sure it slows down a lot, but I think in the past 2 years, it got better. My Korean got better just for, you know, just being in a relationship and just kind of, you know, just fighting. You know?
So you have a Korean girlfriend.
Yeah.
And your whole staff is mostly Korean, right? Not all Korean.
Oh, up until recently. Because I don't know. I think this is happening in the States and a lot of places, but especially in Korea, no one wants to work in F&B. No one wants to work in a restaurant. It's so hard to find people. So the only ones that are available are the foreigners, but they're mostly students. They can only work like 10 or 20 hours.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
So apparently, like it's better money for alba, for part-timers to just be pedal 민족 riders. Delivery people. And so you don't have to have a scooter. You can actually just walk it.
For your 동네.
Yeah. Or you can get a bike and just do it.
Yeah.
And so people do that and they make apparently more money. I mean, if they calculate per hour than if they worked at a restaurant.
I mean, we talked about that. A lot of cab drivers went to delivery, right? Because they're making more.
Oh, I didn't know about the cab driver thing, but for sure. And there's no commitment.
Yes.
Honestly, I can't blame them. But I got to ask one thing. It's like, well, if no one's working, how are they paying for things? Like, where are they going? How are they buying stuff?
So they are. I mean, they're working, but they're all doing this part-time delivery shit.
All of them.
Like all of them. I know a lot of people that like I can make more money doing this. So in order to compete with that, like some restaurants or some like puchas that I know are like upping not their minimum wage, but their hourly wage to like $2-3 more an hour.
Yeah. We've kind of had to do that too. But over time, if you keep, I don't want to talk about business or anything, but like if you do that over time, it won't make sense.
Yes.
Because there's just not many margins because meat's getting more expensive.
Yeah.
Everything's just getting more expensive. And then you raise the prices and then people are like, what the fuck? Man, it wasn't the same as before. How come there's less and it costs more and all? It's crazy. It's crazy to make a dime or a buck, you know.
So, I mean, how long has Linus BBQ been open in Korea?
The shop
has
been open since summer of 2014.
Oh, wow. So 8 years.
Yeah, we're coming on 8 years. Yeah.
Nice.
And you know, that's the shop. I did everything else illegally out of my house. For 3 years.
You know, Linus and I, we moved to Korea a month apart.
Yeah.
So Linus got here first and I came right after. And I basically just piggybacked off of his information. So every week he already had gone through something that I needed to do. So I just bothered him all the time. But early on, he was, even in LA, we both moved from LA, right? And Linus was doing he was cooking on his rooftop, on weekends or weekdays, even. And I remember you often did like chili.
Yeah.
But you do barbecue too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It was terrible.
And then you kind of started doing that here as well.
Yeah.
In Korea. I mean, you didn't move here to do Linus BBQ.
No, I didn't.
Right?
I didn't. I thought I was going to be here for 3 months and do like a little video thing and just never went back.
What compelled you to actually do because you were doing barbecue on your roof.
Yeah.
I remember you were like climbing out to your roof. There was no staircase to the roof. He was like going out a window and climbing up like, you know, the side of a rooftop, which was really dangerous, right? So
you went Mission Impossible for You went Tom Cruising.
It just didn't make sense. I lived on the top of like a 5-story walk up, like no elevator, just stairs. And I was like, God, I could go all the way down like 5 flights and then set it up, but then I'd have to leave it alone, and anybody could walk by and kick it over.
Yeah.
Right.
Or maybe I could try to do it on the roof because I would hang out on the roof. And I was like, could I really do this? And
But you did it because you missed barbecue?
Yeah.
Because there's nowhere to get that kind of barbecue.
Yeah. So actually, it had to do, the first time I really realized it galvanized was an event we did together. That summer that I first came.
In Korea.
Korea. Remember Sarah? We're doing this project.
Yeah.
And then we had this event at this place called TAF, T-A-F.
TAF,
in Sicheon.
I did a show there.
And you did a show.
Yes.
And it was live music and then barbecue.
That's right. You did the food when I performed.
Yeah.
Was it the same? That was the same one?
That was the exact event where I was like, wow, everybody really, they're into this food. And they kept asking me wow, I haven't had this. There was like a couple military guys and some like Americans, and they were down, right? But the Korean people were like, "What is this? Like, why is this so so?"
Were they like, "You should sell this"?
Yeah, they were kind of. They're just like but they had more questions, and it's like, "What kind of meat is this?" And I was like,
everything's rushing back to me right now because I remember, because for me it was like, I had just moved to Korea and I've had his barbecue and I had barbecue, like I lived in the States. So like for me, it wasn't like, I didn't know that I would miss this kind of food at all. But for me, it was nice to have, right? Soon after that, I feel like we had this like potluck group called, I forgot what it was called. It was called like, something potluck.
It was like backyard or underground or something. I forget what it was.
But everyone would bring something.
Right.
And then like I'd bring like a bean salad or something. Something really like simple. Like
bean salad.
I don't know.
He was going like almost full vegan at the time. I don't think you were vegan yet, but you were eating super healthy and you were crazy skinny.
But people would bring like just like things they could make at like simple foods, but then Linus would actually bring it, like take it another notch up and bring like smoked barbecue.
Right.
And it was basically an excuse for us to have Linus work his ass off.
Well, this cocksucker brings bean salad. Don't you hate that when like you do like a potluck?
Yeah.
And somebody brings pizza.
Yeah. And I mean like, you fucking asshole. Like, or like something that you go, I mean, if you didn't try, then at least like, if they bring like Mr. Pizza, or school food pizza, like what is it called? The pizza school or whatever.
Right.
I'll get upset. If they bring like something that's like kind of reputably a good pizza joint, I'll be like, all right, okay, that's okay, right? But like, or just bring fucking cups. You know what I mean? Just
it wasn't like that. You brought good stuff, man. You were just like really into this health thing. So I remember it was like some kind of crazy vegetable.
But I mean, the thing is like I can't remember what anyone else brought. Like to this day, I only remember the barbecue you brought.
Oh man.
Like, so it was like some ghetto gourmet. We called it like,
it was ghetto gourmet.
And but it was all ghetto except for Linus's gourmet.
It was just what I was doing. Yeah. I needed an excuse to like get rid of the meat because I was just trying to practice it. And
so what made you, number one, what made you come to Korea just to, like you said, it was a 3-month thing. What was the move?
So I was doing this weird, do you remember I was doing this weird job where I was like watching movies?
Yes.
Doing, I was doing that. And it was I did that for 4 years. And
it's like quality control, right?
Yeah.
For DVDs and stuff.
Yeah, it just blew by so fast. And it was never intended to be like a full-time thing.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to school. This is funny. I was supposed to go to school to be an acupuncturist. Yeah. I know. It's really out there, but it just didn't pan out. And then 4 years blew by, and I was like, "What am I doing with my life? I got to go back to school. I got to do this thing I set out." So I started to like check schools out, and then I found out I'd have to move down to like Orange County in the middle of nowhere, and then it would take 6 years of my life. And I just did a real like mirror check. I was like, "Do you really want to do this?
Yeah.
Like, you got to be down. Like, no giving up. This is it, And I think I just felt in my gut. It's like, I don't know if I can do this. Like,
6 years is a big commitment, especially, when I moved to Korea, I was 34. So when you moved, you were like 47, right?
Damn. Okay. Yeah. No, I was 36.
36.
I was just a little bit older than you.
So that's a big commitment to give up 6 years of your life to start a new career.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And acupuncture, like I mean, like, it doesn't surprise me that that's what you wanted to do. Actually, like,
Really?
whenever I have questions for like acupuncturists or
I do have questions. Why Linus from Alabama wants to be an acupuncturist?
Oh man, it's a bit of a long story, but it's just God. It goes back to when I was living in New York, and I was doing all these other jobs, and my last job before I just fell into this deep depression was like real estate. I was like, this just ain't for me. And I just sat and I watched movies, essentially watched movies for almost 2 years. And I was like, God, you know, like just doing little odd jobs here and there. But I visited LA, and then my family took me to this acupuncturist that all my family goes to. I'm sorry, she wasn't an acupuncturist. She was actually like a hanisa. So she did like herbs. It was an herbalist. So that's really what I wanted to study.
Okay.
So I kind of studied like remotely over the phone for like a year, just learning like Chinese herbs and stuff like that. Then I eventually made the move because I just felt like it was better for me. And I get there, and then just like that, I end up getting a job doing that DVD, you know, thing. And that just it was actually fun at first, and it just kind of took over.
Okay.
And it for a while I just needed some stability, but I kind of just lost sight of that. And it wasn't an accident. And clearly, if I loved it enough, really loved it enough, I would have gone through with it. And so it was just a time I just wasn't real with myself at that time. And then when I tried to revisit it, it's like, are you really real with this? And it's just, that's when I kind of started like, I don't know. And during this time, I'm just to pass the time, I'm cooking barbecue.
Yeah.
And just do it because it was just truly comfort food. It was the only thing comforting me at the time. And so, you know, like our friends like Eric or you know, people would have parties, and I just happened to have barbecue and just show up with it. So it was the thing that just kind of thrilled me, but I still wasn't thinking like it was going to become something.
But that's also LA kind of facilitated that for you as well, because in New York, I mean, there was potlucks and stuff, but there's nowhere to barbecue in New York, really, right? But in LA, we always had weekend barbecues at people's houses, and yeah, I do remember it was a big highlight for what's Linus bringing always. But I remember like my favorite thing was like you would always make chili, and I'd always wait for chili nights because he'd make a huge pot of chili, and you were big on like, it's okay to have beans in chili. Yeah. And I love kidney beans like in chili. Like there are like some people that say you can't put beans in chili. Like whatever. Like I like beans in chili. But I remember, but it was special because you always made white rice too. Yeah. And it wasn't just a bowl of chili. Like it had all the fixings and whatnot, but like it was like Korean style where you have rice and then you put the chili on top, and something about that made it so like, I don't know.
Was there a side of kimchi?
There wasn't a side of kimchi, but
or something to cut the, you know how the Koreans call it dukkie, right?
Maybe with the rice though. The rice maybe. Like cut the saltiness, I guess. Yeah. But it was so great. I always thought that eventually, if you did something with food in Korea, it would be Linus chili. Not Linus BBQ. Yeah. You know, and I was always waiting for you to add chili onto your menu, at least.
I've always wanted to. It just kind of got away from me. So
it was really good.
Really?
So yeah.
Okay. Thanks,
I mean, the chili was really, really good.
Appreciate it.
Basically saying the other shit's not. No, but so you come to Korea, right? And you didn't fucking answer the goddamn question.
I know.
Yeah, you got here. You said maybe it's like a 3-month thing where you make some videos, you might get in touch with Roots or whatever it is. Yeah. What made you go, you know what? I'm going to plant the flag here.
It was that event.
Really?
It really was that event. Like I just got such an electric feeling from everybody. It was like they didn't know what it was. They didn't know what kind of meat it was, but they all liked it. And I had it in me, like I wanted to do it. And so
Tell me what came first, because I knew Linus started doing pop-ups in Korea before anyone knew what a pop-up was, right? But you were also you were selling your barbecue, right, to restaurants where they take the meat and make like a like a slider with it or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it was really weird. So,
What came first?
Our friend Rob Joe,
Yeah.
right? He was doing this commercial. He was directing a commercial, and then I didn't have a steady job at the time, so I was just an extra hand, right? And then at the very last minute, he goes, "Hey, Linus, instead of paying you, how about I give you that smoker I have?" And I was like, "Deal." I'm just
he had a smoker.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He had the only bullet smoker in Korea that I knew of, because I don't know how he got it, but he just had it.
Rob is just like one of those very interesting people that have things that other people don't have. Like, if you go to his house, he has everything.
And then I think he hoards it for in case of a rainy season. He starts selling it off.
That's true. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. No, but so you like, obviously if you have the know-how, right?
Yeah.
The how to smoke, how to make American style barbecue. And obviously Koreans don't even know that there's every area, every region has like, whether it's dry, whether it's wet, whether it's like whatever Kansas City style or whatever, right? Like, but to Koreans,
everything's Texas.
they like to how do you say, like, categorize something. They and put it into something, right? So like what is jazz? You know what I mean? And then you have to have like a simple explanation and define what jazz is. What is stand-up comedy? What is 미국식 barbecue?
And
right?
it's always off. It's like really off. Like, they're like jazz, like Jack Johnson.
Right.
What?
The boxer?
It's always like
no.
Come on. Like,
Yeah, so you come here and you hit them with, like, because you have to tell them, and if they go, 무슨 곡이에요, right? Like, well, it's more, for example, it's 안심, or it's like 차돌박이 or whatever. It's like the 부위, right?
Yeah, I got a funny story about that.
Right.
Even when I wanted to use Linus BBQ, and I shortened it to Linus BBQ, I had a lot of Koreans telling me, no, barbecue in Korea isn't that. Barbecue in Korea is like this chicken brand, BBQ chicken.
BBQ chicken.
No,
Yeah,
they already planted their flag on that. You can't use that. I was like, no, that's not barbecue. That's just a name, So yeah, it was like I had to try to just push through with it and not try to define it in a creative way. Just call it barbecue and went for it.
I can imagine the brainstorming session, or like they're like, oh, you can't do barbecue. It's already like, it's like already taken.
Everyone's
like
got this chicken, yang chicken. So yeah, it was that. But you're right. Like it was a little bit of an uphill battle at first, because I had to explain smoked meat.
Right.
I had a hell of a time explaining, like, why would you cook it for 16 hours? Like, why? Like, and so, well, you have to, to kind of make it, soft enough to, pull apart.
In the smoke ring, they were probably, how come it's raw right here?
Like, the ajamas would really go to town. They would just be like, why is this burnt and undercooked at the same time?
Oh, man.
Because it was black on the outside and there was a big pink ring. So they were like, just overly sensitive about anything that might be raw. And, but luckily, like, it took off. Barbecue started taking off, and other people were doing it, and they were kind of doing the explaining for me.
Right.
So,
oh man, the pink chicken was a difficult one to explain.
I'm gonna bring it back, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, we just talked about it today to bring the chicken back.
So, Danny, I don't know if you know this, but chicken, when you smoke it, right? Like there's, it can come out pink. It looks pink, but it's cooked. Like, but it's very hard to convince people that it's okay, that it's not undercooked.
It's a tough sell.
I know that it is fully cooked. I was there. I was at the location, right? And I saw the pink chicken. And I might be the only person that thought this. I'm fully aware. I trust Linus.
Yeah.
He's a homie. I've known him since LA.
Yeah.
I know he's not going to serve me like undercooked, fucked up food, right?
Yeah.
But I also had a part of my brain that goes, if I get sick, I might lose a lot of weight. That's why I was like, fuck it, I'm going to eat it. Whatever, Linus. All right, it's pink. I see blood. It doesn't matter.
I mean, that's a huge risk on your part, for people,
I'm willing to put my name on it. Really. But have you guys ever eaten like pink like medium rare pork, like a pork steak where it was like kind of pink inside.
I have,
but
and
it's
I've
not
had
like
raw
but
chicken
it's just
too.
kind of.
Yeah.
You've had raw chicken?
Yeah,
In Japan, right?
I've actually never had raw chicken before, but
I've had it.
They do that in Japan.
Yeah.
Right? But I mean,
It's not mind blowing though. It's not like it's like okay, it's fresh. It's I'm okay with it. Like I like it, but it's not something like I would line up for.
yeah.
But it is interesting to get things prepared a certain way that you normally wouldn't get it. And it's like, it's something special.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
like to me, I go, if they've been serving this type of food, nobody's gonna serve shit that's gonna get people sick consistently and stay in business.
Oh, of course.
right.
Yeah.
So to me, I go, I'll trust it.
It's like,
you know
what do you call those restaurants with the blowfish?
Yeah.
Oh, fugu.
Fugu,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically the rule is if anyone dies from that cuisine, your restaurant gets shut down.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. Yeah,
And
of
so
course.
why even open one up? Like, wow, that is like that's like only Koreans could or like cultures that are obsessed with gambling. I feel like that.
No, but like, what is it in Korea? They have like, what is it? Is it called pogo?
That's
fugu, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Pogo,
So they have plenty of places like that.
But they don't eat it raw. Do they?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They do have raw food.
I mean, they do, but it's more that they have like in jim or like stew or like
No, they do it raw, like
Slice,
like sashimi.
They have various different.
Oh yeah.
They also have it raw, but I've had it in stew form, in jim form. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Speaking of, why are you spending 16 hours? If you make galbijim right, it takes fucking many hours to do.
Does
right?
it? I've never made galbijims. So.
Yeah, if you do it right, slow cooker even, it'll take 4 hours. It'll take a long time to make it whatever. So all this stuff, like to me, is interesting because when I moved here, before I moved here, when I came to visit, like the Western food game was pretty weak.
Yeah.
It was even worse when we got here.
Yeah, I mean, no. When I came to visit, when you guys,
you came the month I moved.
Yeah. And I would come and be like, "Yo, man, like the Mexican food is weak. The hamburger was weak. The pizzas, everything to me was like,
literally."
Yo.
I was here 2 weeks. Danny visited, stayed with me, and then he was just complaining about all Western food, and he was out. He was like, "Good luck, Bobby."
So I was like, "Fuck that." So we would just go eat Korean food, which is better, And then as the years progress, and like you and a handful of other friends, they've been kind of upping the game of and also kind of evangelizing to Korean palates, like this is what it's supposed to taste like.
Yeah. I still haven't given up on pink chicken. I really want people to eat it. And that's not a Korean thing. That's everybody. I've had other people who work in kitchens say like, I can't eat this. How can you serve? It's like, I'm telling you, I'm going to. So we're going to have this whole campaign where I'm going to have a piece of like a pamphlet served. Like, trust me. And you can spit it out if you want to. I don't know if it's going to work. We're going to try it. We're going to try it. Yeah.
It just takes one person though. They're going to like eat at your restaurant and then they'll go to some shitty place after and get sick from that place. And they'll be like, oh gosh,
I hope not.
It's that pink chicken.
But there's a restaurant in Hanam-dong called La Ferme, and they have sous vide chicken, and they do the same thing. They put a pamphlet that says this chicken can and will be pink near the bone.
Because, really? It has a pamphlet.
Oh yeah, because the myoglobin comes out, and you also cook it at a little bit like a really low temperature for a long time. Yeah. And that's why it still stays.
Oh, there you go. You have to do that.
So just steal their pamphlet.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, that's pretty brave of them to do that.
So I want to ask this, right? While we have you, like, I want to know if you can talk shit about other Itaewon restaurant owners. Just kidding. Like, the ones that have like fall by the wayside.
Oh God!
I'm just kidding.
Is there anybody out of
you don't have to know. But there is like rivalries, and there's like
in terms of
there's drama within
in terms of the American barbecue family.
Is there drama?
I know that,
is there drama?
I actually know that there's people, who've kind of thrown shade my way for sure. Yeah. And I try not to react or anything.
We don't have to talk about it. I'm just really you're putting you on the spot, but really, we don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, well, but definitely like when I think there were like a couple waves, like there was 2 waves of barbecue restaurants.
Yeah.
The first wave was right after I started.
Yeah.
And then a little bit after that, like in the last 2-3 years, was like this huge Texas barbecue boom. Like if it ain't Texas, it ain't shit.
Really?
And I'm like, oh, okay.
I remember that too.
Yeah. So, there's people who, like there was just a lot of purely Texas kind of style. And, it's a wonderful style. Like no one does beef better than the Texans in terms of smoked barbecue.
I remember there was this magazine that did a spread on barbecue places. And they basically showed like just trays of the food for each barbecue place, right? And they all look like Linus BBQ spreads, right? And Linus BBQ was not in the lineup.
Were you guys the first in Korea to do that type of?
No, we were not. So this is the thing. There was this one guy who did a barbecue restaurant somewhere in Gangnam, and he imported like the cooked meat. It was like frozen.
Wow. Okay.
It was from Memphis, but he didn't really cook it on site.
Okay.
And then about a year, like while I was doing my pop-ups. So I mean, if you consider the pop-ups, yes, except for that one guy.
Right.
Yeah.
But then while I was still doing the pop-ups and saving money to build my restaurant,
right.
There was a place called JR's in the middle of Italy.
Oh, yeah.
And it was JR's barbecue. But I think again, this is just rumors, I can't even think of the word, but they just went through some really bad luck. According to the stories I've heard. Like they had this old guy, I don't know if he was JR or something, but he was supposed to be their pit master, and they built a pit on the top of the roof. I think he was operating for like even a month, and then he passed away.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Yeah. So the kitchen, they just said, the owners were like, "Hey, you're up."
Yeah.
Start doing.
Learn how to do that.
And so they didn't know how to do it, but they were just trying to make it. And then the kitchen like left.
Yeah.
And they got like the lowest guy who was like the dishwasher. Like, well, you were in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You do it. Like you're up. And then I think within a year their barbecue program just kind of died, and they just became a bar. And so if you want to count those guys, I mean, but that's kind of sad that they went through that.
Right.
So that'll be in the documentary. I mean,
because I'm sure it can't be helped. Like in terms of like, there's that he's like a music producer / kind of like rapper kind of guy that started
Don Spike.
That has his own like
Don Spike
that only does like beef. From what I hear. Right. And I've never been there, so I don't know what it is, but I think it's trying to be like American style brisket, right? Yeah. Or that type of meat.
Is that in Itaewon too?
Well, from what I hear, I've never been. Right? Yeah. Have you been?
I have been. I've tasted it. The beef is really good. He uses very high quality beef and everything, but it's like still he had like this. I think it's a really good idea, but he had like a salad bar, but it just wasn't. It was a very unusual salad bar. Like it was.
It was like Sizzler salad bar?
Yeah, it wasn't a Sizzler. I wish it were a Sizzler sour bar.
Dude, we can have a 30-minute conversation about Sizzler salad bar.
Yeah, it was like it was more like one of those like showcase Nengjang shelves, and so everything was on a different shelf, and there might have been leaves here and there. But it was, when you go to when you go to a sangchu place, like sambap, it was like a sambap thing, and so he had something like that, and then just random stuff, but then he also had like guk, like Nengjang guk.
I heard that. And obviously, it's not even I heard. It's like you see how Koreans ingest like media, right? So they'll go to his place, and then they'll showcase the brisket. You know how it's blackened and nicely fucking crusty on the outside, and then they cut it, and then it close up, and the fucking juices flow. Then the fake audience goes ooh, right, and then the panel goes do you get much get up? And then I remember in one episode that they showcased his restaurant, they talked about this like I don't know if it's tenjangguk, but it's kind of like this soup, like bukguk based thing that like apparently like it's to die for.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I go, motherfucker, it's buku.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's what he says. They love the meat, but it's that one item that people can't stop talking about.
That's really confusing,
which is
for a barbecue restaurant.
Yeah,
It's
like,
very confusing.
yeah, especially if it's like a self-service salad bar, self-service pop pong, and cool, which is cool. I mean, I'm going to argue in his defense, honestly. When you have a barbecue restaurant, there's so much byproduct. There's so many pieces of meat and things, whatever you have to trim off, and you can't really use for anything. So you might as well use it.
Yeah.
And so that's why we have like baked beans. That's why we have like certain sandwiches. It's like the stuff that we can't use.
I've seen so many videos online of like Franklin's, right? Of them showing them trimming the brisket. And I'm like, what happens to all that? They cut out a lot of stuff.
A lot. Aggressively trimming.
Yeah.
Just throws around the bin. I'm like, what?
Man, like you got to think of other ways to use that. And I know that I don't know if you want to talk about it, but like you have a lot of fat left over, right? Yeah. So fucking Fight Club, make some soap out of it, or like do some like
barbecue soap.
Or make some like hajangpung.
Yeah, right. I'm actually ahead of you there. I even made the logo for something. I just haven't had time to do it.
Okay,
but I'm gonna make a beef fat soap called Big Fat Face.
Nice, nice. I already love it.
Yeah, I'll give you guys a bar.
We'll put the logo right here.
Really?
Like where your face is.
Would it be your face?
No, it wouldn't be mine.
Fucking big fat face.
I mean, Danny's available. Need a spokesperson. Oh shit! I'm such an asshole.
I'm not cheap. You know what I mean? I mean, if it was big dumb face, it'd be
big
this.
Dumb
right.
All right.
So yeah, hopefully we can pull that off and get it done.
I just noticed you brought these.
The finger condoms.
Yeah, and you call them finger condoms. Like,
but why? Okay, so why not? Because every Korean like place they give you the full big ass glove. Why these finger condoms?
I just liked.
You like condoms?
I just want to be able to say finger condoms.
Did you design these?
I didn't design them.
But these are on the market. Like you could. How did you find out about it?
I have a source.
Oh, okay.
Because I feel like these have to be like more expensive than the shit that you get at like a Daiso or whatever.
But it's kind of the experience, you know.
Right. Yeah, it totally lends to the experience.
Again, our friend Rob Joe, I was telling him. I just might as well say it. I don't even know if this is going to really happen, but I'm thinking about opening another little spot.
Yeah.
It's not going to cost a lot or anything, but I'm thinking about opening a spot and it's just going to sell all those things like side menus that I've always wanted to make, but I can't because everybody buys that goddamn platter. You know, like I can't sell anything else because that's just what they go to my restaurant for. So I've always wanted to make like catfish or like sell my sausages in a like hot dog form and all those little our nachos, our barbecue pork nachos a lot of people like, things like that, grilled cheese, so we'll see. But I'm thinking about calling it. What do you think about this? I'm still working title. If I call it Sausage Party.
I mean, aside from there being a movie called that, and if you don't get some cease and desist from them,
you think I'll get a cease and desist?
No, but I think
if it's like a movie,
as soon as you have a woman in the shop, then you can't call it sausage party, right? It's all.
I mean, Koreans
sausage party means all men.
I know. I know, but Koreans don't know that shit.
Yeah,
I think they do. So when I told a couple like Korean employees, like, I think I'll call it sausage, they laugh.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they laugh. I think they know what it means, but I'm wondering if it means the same thing. Like you said, like when you go to a party and there's no girls, it's all dudes. Like, man, this is sausage.
I say go for it. Like if there's no other sausage party.
No, but okay, but let's say let's say one of your favorite movies is called Back to the Future, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so you have any establishment that you open and you call it Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, because there's an actual movie called Sausage Party.
Yeah,
right,
but
right.
They do that all the time in Korea.
Right.
All the time.
And then I go, ooh, you gonna get if you got big, they're gonna tell you to stop that shit.
I think the bigger problem is if someone else has that name for their like in Busan or something, or
Right.
Danny probably Friday nights are
I'll find
called
out.
sausage party.
I'll
So
find it. Don't release this podcast until I get it. Thanks, you know?
Yeah, it's called
But-
his mouth.
But
Yeah.
that's a great idea. Like, or I would even suggest taking over Danny's kitchen at the comedy club and doing like, or do pop-ups there.
but there
like,
is no kitchen.
That's right. We've
Yeah,
talked about
yeah,
this.
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, we talked about this.
It's extremely like frustrating
Yeah.
that I go, but it's okay. So if the building owner goes, hey, you don't have to pay rent,
Mhm.
just give me a little cut,
Mhm.
right, of the profits, and then he starts building it. Can you build it this way? This way? Oh, don't worry, I got it. And as they're building it, he don't follow what we're telling him to do.
Right.
Right. And we're like, do this, and we're like, this is better. Trust me. I've been in real estate and fucking business all my life. Right. And you're all right. Open kit. There's no fucking kitchen. There's obviously gonna be no vent if you're gonna any smoke comes out.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck,
Oh man.
But anyway, I'm finding
Danny talking shit.
yeah, because that motherfucker don't speak English, right? So but the other thing is like, I am going to figure out how to, give food that's gonna be good enough for people to stay
Mhm.
and figure out an environment that's not, because there's plenty of like those look just. Not even, I don't even call like dive bars where the food's not that good, whatever. But the vibe is good enough for you're gonna stay for 3-4 hours and just get hammered, right?
Loads of places like that.
Basically, the menu for like a comedy club is just anju, right? It's like you want to have really good anju,
Finger
right?
foods,
So
nothing
like
that you use a
nachos
fork and
and
knife while
Right,
somebody's doing
chicken
their bit.
wings and stuff like that. But how cool would it be to have like a sausage party? Basically, it's like
See,
with anju.
endless low-hanging fruit
It's
jokes
just good
from that.
good
too.
food.
Yeah,
That
dude.
you can have like if you have like a really awesome bar,
Yeah.
with really a good cocktail, like
I got a question for you. I might put it on the menu. Do you know what a chopped cheese is?
yes, I do know a
And
chopped cheese.
where does it come from?
Chopped cheese? I know they have a couple places in New York that make chopped cheese.
It is a New York thing. I was wondering what borough did it come from?
Chopped cheese. I feel like I've seen something on Netflix recently where they were serving chopped cheese somewhere.
Could you tell them what
what you saw, and I'm assuming this is what you saw, was it's David Letterman going, "This is my next guest," and it was Cardi B, and Cardi B. You didn't see that because I saw where David Letterman goes with Cardi B
to the hood?
goes to one of them
To get it.
places
Yeah, a
to get chopped
bodega.
cheese.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
So
don't know. I
the
didn't see
only
that
time I've seen a
episode.
chopped cheese when I lived in New York was in the Bronx.
Okay.
It's the only place I've ever seen it. I'm sure it's all over. I'm sure it's in Manhattan somewhere, but I've never seen anywhere else. But like, if you don't know what it is, it's kind of like a Philly cheese, except it's done with, instead of sliced beef, it's ground beef, right?
You know that show, Somebody Feed Phil?
I've heard of it.
There's an episode where he's on the Upper West Side and he has chopped cheese. And yeah, I want to say around like Columbia or something like that.
Cool.
Or Upper West Side. Yeah, but in Manhattan.
Yeah.
So
So I might be down. I might be making chopped cheese.
that's a great idea. Yeah.
But why not Philly cheese?
No, I'm gonna do Philly cheese too. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing.
Right.
I've got the bun, sausage, Philly cheese, chopped cheese.
So now my question to you is, since you're making, basically food from back, like you're making American food,
Yeah.
right? Now, Koreans, obviously, they are the majority of this country. So Koreans can eat this and be, oh, my soap, I don't soap, whatever, right?
It's gonna be nookie as hell.
Yeah, but then when you, then you serve them fucking, the slaw and be like, this is bigo kimchi. Shut the fuck up, right? And then, but now the thing is, when the Americans come, right? When the people from the South come, right? Do you get a little bit more like, I don't know, how do you say it? Like,
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. It's like,
Are you in disclaimer mode?
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, cabbage is it tastes different. No, but do you kind of be like,
I think
you look at their response?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I mean, when Southerners come to my place, and they'll have comments or whatever, and for the most part, I think everyone's down. every once in a while, I'll get somebody say, it's great, but I got a recommendation or something like that.
Oh,
Like
really?
it happens every once in a blue moon. What is it usually? It's usually it's about the slaw.
Oh, really?
It's about the slaw.
Okay.
I think
The slaw and the raw?
yeah.
Or the...
But I swear to God, I didn't localize it for the Korean crowd or anything. But some people think it's too sweet.
Oh, really?
And yeah, you know how Korean food is like really sweet.
Right.
Everything's unnecessarily sweet. But they find that it's not vinegary enough.
Okay.
And that's a thing.
Mm.
Like there's a lot of vinegar in my recipes. And it's not all like, particularly from where I'm from in Alabama, Tennessee, and Carolina, there's a lot of vinegar in everything, right?
Yeah.
And Koreans are not down. They like if
Okay.
it's got vinegar, it's got to have the sweetness to it.
So
to
that's
balance
a
it.
compromise. Yeah,
The,
I get it.
The sugar and the kanjang.
Yeah.
That's how they make their pickles, right? Their
Yeah.
jangachi, right? Is-
Right,
I mean,
right.
I haven't spent enough time in the South to have like proper barbecue, but like your slaw and the raw is one of my favorite things on your menu.
Oh,
like it's something that I put on everything.
it's an Alabama thing. Not even a lot of places, but in Birmingham, particularly, or Alabama, there's a lot of Greek people who did have barbecue restaurants, and that's kind of like their contribution.
Oh,
It's kind of
really?
like
Okay.
Greek salad that's just been turned into slaw.
So
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
what?
Yeah.
What area does like because you go to some barbecue joints where they just give you a fucking loaf of bread.
Yeah,
Right.
Wonder bread. Wonder bread.
Yeah, what
stacks.
What area is that?
That's Texas. That's that's everywhere. That's everywhere. There's places in Alabama that give you like half a stack of
Right.
whatever. But Texas really.
So nobody gave you that, like, it'd be nice if.
So that's another thing. That's another thing. I got a little bit of criticism. Not really a lot, but it's just kind of like I knew I had to alter something.
Yeah.
So if I were going to offer bread, I think like the shikbang is. I don't know if people would be down for that.
Yeah.
The
The peri baguette bang, which is a little bit smells more like, I don't know, it's sweeter. It smells different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's more of a thing for like foreigners, like people that know that culture.
Right.
And so like if you went to a potluck when you brought some of your barbecue and brought some Wonder Bread with you, they would love that.
Yeah, they'd be down.
Yeah.
They'd be down, right?
But I don't know in Korea, like that's
No, that's
like,
what I'm saying. Like about like obviously the main customer base would be the Koreans.
Yeah.
But then, it's you gotta like if you open up a fucking legit taco joint, you're gonna make your money off the Korean population.
Yeah.
But if you have like a Mexican fool come in, you're gonna be like, oh shit, because that's where you're getting judged on the authenticity or the flavor of it, right?
But I don't think that's a big stretch, like just changing the bread. So so what I do is in Korea they have something called morning rolls. They're it's the same bread, same bread recipe, just made into a roll form. And I just sliced it in half and made it into like people make little sliders, sandwiches.
Right.
And I think that's what took off. Like that was my contribution
It's
here. Was
really good
just
too.
put everything on a tray and then bread.
I liked is that them ain't regular morning rolls.
Yeah.
Like because it's just almost. It almost is close to like King's Hawaiian to me back home.
Dude, I'm glad you said
You know
this.
what I mean? And
if we were in the States and when I did the pop-ups in LA, I only use King's
Hawaiian. Yeah. And that's when I ate it, I was like, I was like, it can't be real King's Hawaiian, but I got that feeling and I was like, oh, that's a good move. King's Hawaiian is great for sliders.
I love King's Hawaiian.
I wanted to bring up something that like Linus one time shared like some security footage of his CCTV of someone outright just stealing his barbecue sauce, right? They put it in they were like looking around, you can see, and they opened up this like coffee container. Like it was like straight out of like a movie. Open it up, it's like dry ice coming out. And then they just take his bottle and squeeze out and he's there with his, it's a couple. So a guy's doing it and the girl's like on watch or something, but then his workers are like around.
They don't know what to do.
What's going on? Like
they were just stunned. And I was like, I guess, they just didn't know what to do. They didn't know to stop. I'm like, you can't do. I think they tried to say that.
But the crazy thing is like, you can just get your barbecue to go and there's sauce, right? Like they can just get like the sauce that way. But there's another
old or young.
They were young. I mean, they were like, 30s. I guess they call it young. I'm old.
So okay, here.
They call it benchmarking in Korea.
Okay. Do you think that, or do you think like your sauce was so bomb that they were like, 자기야, 이거는 우리가 이따가 스테이크 먹을 때 이거 소스 맛있을 거 아닌? You know, like and but to me it's kind of like if it was they were a real like couple, in love couple, like a part of me goes, that's a ride or die chick.
Oh man.
But also like, what kind of motherfucker are you dating that's stealing barbecue sauce, right?
Yeah.
Now it's trying to steal the secret sauce, the benchmarking joint.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I am ashamed to say that I too
Did that?
once stole a bottle of sauce from somewhere.
I know where. I'm gonna guess. El Torino.
No.
I was gonna say the same thing. King Taco.
No.
King Taco. It's a taco joint for sure.
No, it's not.
100%.
It's not. And it's not from the state that I used to live in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Peter Luger's? No.
So
They sell that.
So to me, the idea was if I found a friend or somebody and I gave it to a friend in the restaurant business,
have them
I'll go,
recreate
if
it.
you can recreate this shit, we can make a lot of money. Right.
In another state.
So what was the place? You can't say now. You
I
can't
can. Halal guys. Or the halal bros.
Oh, the hot sauce.
No.
The white sauce.
The white sauce.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I can tell you right off the bat, it's probably based on mayo.
I know, but like but
Oil.
but off the truck in
In New
York?
York?
Yeah, the New York
New York?
City
40,
one.
what street? 40.
Right off
Oh,
next
like
right underneath Hilton.
53rd Street,
Oh,
right? Something like that.
okay.
So I snuck one out back in the days. And I went, hey, recreate this. And this is before they had franchises or whatever.
Wow.
I didn't have to call it halal guys or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Well,
That's the Korean in you.
right.
You just didn't have your bani.
Yeah.
To your
Yeah, I didn't have like, 오빠 이거 우리 대박이야. There wasn't that. Right? You know?
One time I was having lunch or dinner at Linus, and Linus was sitting with us, and he noticed that someone brought their own barbecue sauce. And
I was with you.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was like, for me, I was offended. I was like, yo, they have good barbecue sauce here. Just eat the barbecue sauce here.
No, but you
But
you
Linus
tried it.
was actually
you asked
really-
to try it.
Yeah.
You were
Oh
excited.
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
You were like,
I love that because that means that person loves barbecue.
Yeah.
No matter
Yeah.
where he's from, I'm gonna
Yeah.
appreciate that. Right.
yeah. So I was a little bit like surprised from your reaction because you went over. You said, "Oh, do you mind if I try some of that?"
Yeah.
kind of thing. And I was like, oh, "All right."
You know what I was looking for?
Yeah.
What?
I didn't tell you guys, but most barbecue sauces that you buy off the shelf have liquid smoke in them.
Oh, okay.
And so, like, you know, you can have everybody's allowed to have their own favorite barbecue sauce and everything, but that's just the thing is like, I don't put any liquid smoke in mine. So because I want all the smoke flavor to come from the meat,
yeah,
and you can't fake that funk, right?
yeah,
And that's what I was kind of looking for. But you know, I'm not gonna, razz that guy. And
Yeah.
everything. That's what he likes. It's what he's like, and I want to know what people like so much, and they're
Yeah.
willing to bring it to a restaurant.
yeah, yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, that's cool. I gotta know. I
Do
just
you,
gotta know.
but you bring your own sauce to like
All right, you went to fucking Don Spike's joint, right? And you're like, okay, 사장님, what's up? 오래간만이에요. And then now you got new eyebrows. Okay, awesome. And then you can't say nice hair. He's fucking shaved, right? So then you go, 사장님, 오래간만이에요. 이거 먹으면서 you, and then you whatever. My question to you is, since now you've been in the barbecue business for almost a decade. And I don't know when's the last time you went home, but you go home, and I'm sure like if it's LA or when the weather's nice, it's barbecue time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they're not gonna barbecue the stuff that you do. It's gonna be like burgers, maybe whatever,
You'd
right?
be surprised. I think there's so many videos and people are so into barbecue that there's a lot of home cooks that do really good. And you know what I love about home cooking? It's different doing like 30 briskets versus one.
Right.
You can baby that thing. You can trim it as aggressively as you like. It's just so much fun to do that. I miss it. You guys can have some of the bourbon.
Oh, do you have bourbon? Is
Yeah.
that Linus brought a flask? This guy is
Here,
super.
have some.
But my question to you is,
I'll just sit here,
what's
man.
a store brand barbecue sauce
That I like or hate.
that if your friend had in like in the cupboard or whatever, and then you go, oh, okay. All right, that's cool. Or
Hunts.
As long as it's not Hunts or Crafts, you know.
or what is it? Chris Pitts? Is that
Bullseye?
Yeah, bullseye.
I mean, I gotta admit, there's a place for that too. So you know how you can have like some gourmet pizza, and you can have that shitty cafeteria pizza from school.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a place for it. It's like it's
yeah.
good.
So you're not gonna shit on them for having fucking hunts.
It's not for me, but I used to like before I did new barbecue. I used to like it too.
Yeah.
I used to like it too.
You know, in Austin, because whenever I go to South by Southwest, the Austin airport, they sell like barbecue sauce as like gifts, you know. And I remember they had like a salt lick barbecue sauce, like multiple kinds. So I brought that to Korea, like a couple bottles. And, and that lasted me a while. And I would take it out every time I bought the Shijang Tongdak.
No, be honest, man. You
it
used
did
to use
really
it.
well. It tasted really good. No, I would never put it on your barbecue. You know what? When Linus has pouches of his sauce that come in his set barbecue, right? That stuff is like liquid gold at my house.
Oh shit.
We use that. We save that, and we make like, because I make my own tortillas at home, and I make my own breakfast burritos, or I'll turn anything into a taco at home. Like they're flour tortillas, right? But then if I don't have your sauce, I might as well not make the tortillas.
Damn.
But that sauce is like amazing. You should bottle it up. At some point in your life, you should start bottling
but
it up.
Isn't I mean, when it comes to the bottling process, then it becomes like like how long would it last? Like expiration date, like
you
preservatives.
I went
you know
through
what I
that.
mean?
Yeah.
Because like
That's
there's plenty of sauces. Like, I mean, he's not in Korea anymore, but Kim's Taco.
Eric,
his red sauce.
That sauce was.
I was like, it was kind of close to the King Taco red sauce.
Where's that? Where's
it? Was
used to be the Gangnam-yeok
the Pemin kitchen, right? Kim's Taco, and then they had their own brick and mortar for a little bit.
Where was the brick and mortar?
It was in
near Gangnam-yeok.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And so like it was the closest to the King Taco El Torino red sauce.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Didn't we go to a taco joint?
Yeah.
Toward Yoksam.
That's
Yoksam.
Yeah.
That place was good.
Yeah.
So that red sauce to me, I was like, yo, man, I don't need the recipe because I'm not gonna make this, but like I want a fucking bottle of this red sauce, brother.
Yeah.
Right? But then you should bottle this up. But then it becomes like you know, you can't just sell shit that's gonna possibly go bad in a week because you don't know what
it changes the flavor when you want preservatives to it. And then I've already tried to submit it to some company to do it, and they just will make it exactly the same, and they don't. They're trying to cut corners, of course.
And you can't give them the secret. And they have to try to figure it out, right?
You can go both ways. You can actually give them the recipe.
What's like a non-compete, right?
But they'll do it. They'll steal it anyway.
What do you call it? I don't want to you have two sauces that you make, right? And so they're equally good, right? But
it's funny, the ones that people steal. Okay, my original sauce is the Alabama sauce. It's kind of orange in color. It's really tangy and whatever. And like earlier we talked about like Koreans just don't like tangy stuff. It's all the foreigners who love the tangy, and that's like my pride and joy. The ones that Koreans really, really like was like, well, I guess I got to make a sweet sauce for the Korean people, right? And so I just kind of made a throwaway recipe. But you know what? I realized that I kept it simple. Like I wasn't really trying to go crazy. I just kept it simple. It was so easy and whatever. But that's the one that took off. Have you ever written a song where you're just like, I just need to write, and then like that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Exactly. Like the songs that actually, like I have a song that I wrote called Short Intermission that was really popular. Yeah. But I remember at the time it was just a kind of a throwaway song because I literally wrote it in the length of the song is how long it took me to write the song. Oh, really? It was like one of those songs just threw it up, right? And it came out and it was like, oh, no one's going to like this. I didn't really put much thought to it, you know? But then it became a really big hit for me. A big hit, you know. It became like a, you know, so
Charted.
I think I know what song you're talking. Did you make was there a video for that song?
Yeah.
Did it have like you with an eye patch on? Like it was just black and white and
No. That was a different song. But like, yeah, but
sorry.
Go for it. I'm trying the sauce.
that's the one you're talking about, right? The darker sauce.
Yeah, the darker sweet sauce. Yeah. It's my, you know, and it's the one that everybody's like, so what's in it? You know? And I'm like, come on, man, just go make your own sauce. It's not that hard. It's, you know, like.
But, you know, making sauce is so important. You know what I mean? People don't understand how important sauce is. I mean, obviously, like the dish is important, but that sauce, that makes or breaks it, I think.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. I mean, I use your sauce and I mean, like, I know it's meant for the meat but I actually like put it on your mashed potatoes also. And
what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mix it up. Like I like your sauce on.
Oh wow,
I've
never heard of that.
Or like dip the fries into it for sure.
Oh yeah,
instead of the ketchup. You know,
that's a thing. That's an Alabama thing too.
Although I do love Danny. I was telling Danny, like I love mayonnaise instead of ketchup.
Yeah,
for dipping for fries.
You guys just wait, man. Yeah. If I could just stabilize our worker situation right now, I want to do so many fun things, but I've been saying this like the entire time I've been open. Like, oh, wait, you just wait. And then I never get to.
What about like, have you heard of, I think it's a Florida-based chain called Cane's.
Uh-huh.
And then they do like what do you call it? Like chicken sandwiches and like chicken tenders. But they're known for their special sauce, right?
What color is it?
It's like
why did it get so serious?
Orangish. Yeah. You know, like it kind of looks like, but a darker version of the Big Mac secret sauce.
Oh.
And so like, I don't know, maybe it's only on my YouTube, my Instagram algorithm is where they'll dip it into the sauce, the chicken tender, and come out. And people apparently it's a craze. So I've been
Cane's,
and I've been looking for secret recipes to the sauce.
Okay, get this, man. Have you gone to McDonald's lately?
No, I haven't gone. I've ordered a lot. But
there's a new chicken sandwich on McDonald's. It's been around for like a couple months. And it's got a dark orange kind of creamy sauce.
Oh, yeah.
And it sounds like what you're talking about.
And is the sauce bomb?
It's pretty good. I still prefer the Shanghai McSpicy thing, whatever. But I wonder, because they rip off other brands all the time. Actually, I think they even at one time tried to make a knockoff of Chick-fil-A, like a sandwich for some.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah.
Is there anything like a Korean take you up if they knocked off something that you did? Would you?
Have they?
Have they?
You can never know for sure.
Right.
I think No Brand tried to make a Mac ball.
Oh really?
Yeah. And then I had. Oh, can I talk about? Let me think about this for a second.
But the Mac ball is not your invention.
And I didn't invent it. Yeah. So what, right? and then there was like, but they did approach me about the sauce, and then but really they kind of said, oh, we want your ribs. Let's sell it in. Oh shit. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
We might have to, so
it's all good, man. Nobody listens to this podcast.
Okay. Good. So they tried to do that.
Okay, good.
That don't make me feel good.
No, but they for a while they wanted to do the ribs, and so we went, and then, but I can't do that in my smokehouse. Like I have to go to another factory to do that, right? And so I checked out, and we got samples, and it was all dog shit, man. Oh God, it was just so bad. And then my guys were saying, "Are you crazy, Sajang? We gotta do this."
Well, the thing about like certain products that you get in like bigger like places like Costco and like, but everybody, all consumers are already forgiving of the fact that it's not as good as the real.
That's also what I heard, but I just don't know if I could do it, man.
I don't think so. I think it takes the brand down a little bit.
Sure,
if you sell it, if you went to the brick and mortar and it was this quality, and then you go, hey, I'm gonna go to Costco, and oh shit, they have this restaurant that I love so much, and they have it. I'm like, it don't taste the same. I think it.
Yeah. Well, I get it, but like I'm at this point in my life where if I see my friends like having the ability to sell out, to make some money, I'm always going to tell them to sell out.
What happened to you, Bobby? What the fuck, dude? You used to have dreams, man.
It's like,
but the thing is, he doesn't do it for his own life.
Yeah,
he just tells other people to do it.
Yeah.
But for instance, did you ever eat like White Castle's frozen burgers?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Really good.
It's like almost the same.
Because it's pretty shitty at White Castle. So like
I mean, a part of kind of, but
it's good, man.
I mean, the way they tell you to prepare it though, like at home also, is very like add a cup of water into like they want you to steam it.
Yeah.
Right. So it's soggy.
Yeah.
But even at the restaurant, it's a little bit soggy.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's so thin and small, and like it's just getting so much moisture into it.
Because I'm trying to think of like, I know there's in my life I've had the at the restaurant a certain type of food, and then they went out and mass produced it so that they can sell it and buy it at the store. And I've had it, and I've tried to follow their instructions, and I went, oh, this was a cash grab. And I understand why they did it.
Yeah.
And if they were my friends, I would be like, okay, I totally get it. But then it's not for, I mean, who gives a shit what I think? But it's kind of like my respect for that.
I give a shit, man.
Yeah, I think goes down a little bit. I would.
Yeah.
But if it's like, hey, Linus, you're going to be like you're going to make like $100 million bucks.
$100 million.
It's hard to say, right?
I would steal your recipe.
No, if it was $100 million bucks, I'd be like, bro, we just
this bourbon is really good.
You can call it like Schminus or whatever, and just change it a little bit.
That sounds like Schminus put together. What the hell is that?
No, but to make $100 million with my Schminus barbecue,
like for instance, like let's say, was it Chili's baby back ribs, or like they always do like these things like Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce kind of thing. And
Tony Roma's
like,
ribs. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like, what if you? I don't know.
Because Tony Roma's
If you count that, then that was the first barbecue restaurant in Korea.
Tony Roma's.
Tony Roma's.
If you count that, like those ribs, like, they've been around for like 20 years.
Okay.
I mean, but Tony Roma's back home, like it wasn't necessarily like amazing. It was just kind of like Applebee's, or to me, it was in that level of.
It was good marketing.
Yeah.
I want my baby.
No, that's Applebee's. Man.
Applebee's?
No, Chili's, baby.
Chili's, baby.
Sing the whole thing, Bobby.
Barbecue sauce.
But what if you did like a soju infused barbecue sauce?
Oh, I could do
like
that.
do something. Like that.
Yeah. You know, I'm trying to make one with meshu.
Was that
the plum? They take plums and they macerate it in sugar and they just let it rot for like a year.
Yeah,
and it makes a sweet.
My mother-in-law makes like a sur meshu.
Yeah.
So we have under the sink, like inside of a Blanton's bottle.
Oh wow! Wow.
She saves she likes that Blanton's bourbon bottle, so she puts it in there, and it's the same color.
You know, Koreans fucking make. They just they put random things in a bottle and then fill it up with soju,
and they don't label it,
and then just lock it up for fucking.
It's like their bathtub moonshine.
I mean, they do it with fucking snakes. There's some places where they put dead snakes in a bottle, like a big ass jar, fill it up with like 4 bottles of soju, close the lid, and then just.
Jesus.
You should try to put some bandagi in there, make it Korean.
You guys like that? I haven't tasted it yet.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like
bandagi.
it.
I'm
not a fan.
Does it burst in your mouth?
I like it in tang form. So bandagi tang.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to eat it.
That's crazy.
I
can't get over it.
I
man.
just
I can't.
probably wouldn't eat it. Like, I was in Busan this past weekend. So, they're known for seafood, 돼지국밥, 밀면. But obviously, I can't eat most of the seafood.
Oh yeah.
So
Right. Cowboy.
the milmyeon, the 돼지국밥, fantastic.
Yeah.
But nothing special. And then it's not a only known to Korea or only known to Busan. But there was this some guy who owns like a small chain of gogi chips in Busan, Korean barbecue places, came to our show at the second show and basically told us, hey,
The comedy show.
yes, hey, if you guys want to eat dinner tonight, you should come to one of my spots.
I'll give you a 10% discount.
Right. Well, I was like, whatever. But I went, so I was like, all right, awesome. And then like we looked at, searched it, and the reviews were good. Or the stars rating was like 300 people gave it like a 4.5 average. I was like, all right, great.
Nice.
So we went to the place, and then so we, he wasn't there because he has so many restaurants, or 10 of them or whatever. So he was like, here's my number. When you get there, tell me what table you are. I'm table 1. So we ordered there's 5 of us. So we ordered about a kilogram of meat, various meats. He doubled it for us.
Oh wow.
So
Service.
Yeah, at service. So we paid for 1 kilogram of meat and we ate 2 kilograms of meat.
crazy.
And others. Yeah, we went crazy.
Is that the way to do service? Instead of just covering the bill for them, give them double the meat, and then that's
yeah.
it.
Give them extras.
Yeah.
It's
And so, but one thing that we ordered that I've had here in Seoul once, but I think it's very unique, is 닭 목살.
What?
So it's chicken neck meat. So like when you eat fried chicken, it's off the bone, right?
Yeah.
But what they do is they carefully remove all the skin and the meat off the chicken's neck.
There's
Right.
gotta be barely any meat.
Yeah, and it's like very thin,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So if you're ordering like 200 kilograms of fucking chicken neck, that's like fucking 20 chickens that just died for that plate, right?
Yeah.
But it's very thin, and I've had it before in Apgujeong somewhere, but I ate it here and I was like, it's not that it's like amazingly delicious, because I think a lot of meats by itself are kind of bland, but it depends on what sauce you mix it with. But it's a very unique flavor and texture. So
it's
chicken,
also a pain in the ass to debone.
yeah.
like
So
the
I mean,
chicken neck, so-
that's why it's more expensive
Yeah.
to do. And I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna always go to a 고깃집 and be, can I get the chicken neck? But in the reviews, the chicken neck was something that like at the end you should order an order of chicken neck.
And it was worth.
I think it's a very interesting experience.
And you grill it.
Yep. Yeah.
I wish you had a picture of that, because I bet you grill it and just burns up, because it can't be very much meat at all.
No, it's like
Actually,
you guys never had chicken neck?
Well,
like,
chicken neck, yeah. But
Yeah, I
chicken
mean, when you get
목살,
통닭-
that's-
No, I meant like that you grill on a barbecue.
No.
no, yeah.
Unless it came with the bones and the spine. Or,
My family always throws me the necks from the 통닭 because I don't mind chewing on it. They actually don't eat it, so I always grab it and I always like just
Some
put the
people,
whole thing in my mouth and just kind of debone it as much as possible and spit the rest out.
Koreans have like this what do you call it? Like old wives' tales about if you eat certain parts of the animal, then that helps you with that part of your corresponding body. For example, you'll eat a lot of chicken necks. It's good for your voice.
Yeah, you can see
Right,
that.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
So that's why they
Turkey
throw
necks.
this stupid motherfucking chicken necks, right?
And
But-
the eel for eel, it's
Yeah.
always the 꼬리, the tail, the end of the tail, right?
Yeah.
And is that good for man?
your
That's
ass.
good for your erections,
for
apparently.
your
Yeah.
kori, for your opposite kori, or like togani, which is the knee,
Yeah.
right?
cartilage.
Oxtail, right? It's good for
Cartilage.
your cartilage.
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? Like they have those
Good for your
corresponding.
skin, right?
No, it's good. They togani tang is. They say it's good for your
joints?
Your joints.
I like togani.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I actually like
I do
that.
like it too.
I mean, no, but like I like the taste of all of it, but like I just when they go, yeah, if you eat chicken neck, it's good for your voice. I mean, shut the fuck up.
yeah, all these white tail.
You know what I mean?
white
Like,
tails.
you know, those are the things I'm like, I get, I want to be like, you guys understand what the fuck you're saying? You know what I mean?
You know what it is though? It's like when you're eating that stuff, it's like talking about the weather. It's like it always comes up. It's like, oh, I like if or yeah, like when you're having just random like just random conversation with people at work, the weather always comes up, right? I think the same as with food. Like there's always things you have to check off when you're having conversation with people. Those things come up when you're. I don't think like if we were having togani tang, you'd be like, oh, this is good for our joints.
Let's
I
go
feel
get
like
togani tang. I want it now.
Yeah.
I really
because your joints are.
Yeah, my joints are fucked up.
I know your joints are big. Linus has put me on to like so many like random YouTube video things, including the back cracking videos.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, pimple popping, earwax removal.
Yeah.
What else is
Like,
there?
It's
You've never seen a
addicting.
You know what? There's it's not a big one, but you know, since I had a hydrocele, there are hydrocele surgeries where they drain the water out.
They show you that?
Wow.
Yeah. So if you guys are, if I think to me this is the next level of cyst and pimple
I
popping.
would watch it.
Yeah,
I'd even watch yours, man.
I did not film it because I didn't want because I can't monetize off of it, right. But then I think this is like next level pimple cyst popping,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
Because it's like you dudes
It's called a hydrocele, like a
hydrocele.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, hydrocele.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, just watch the last 4 episodes of the podcast.
Yeah.
And then you'll be
You'll be fully educated on
yeah.
the thing, but then when it comes to like visual aids, then that's on you, baby.
Speaking of other podcasts, I'm gonna admit something. Frank, our buddy Frank, came on,
Yeah.
and I just didn't get to the part what happened, but Eskimo Brothers.
Oh, did you watch that episode?
I watched the beginning of it and I didn't finish. I never got to that part.
We are not Eskimo brothers.
I'm really disappointed. Man.
We both matched with the same girl on Tinder in different time periods. So he matched with her like many years before.
Oh, okay. But did you both meet this person?
I met her in
First or second?
no, they didn't fuck. Them two didn't fuck.
I know.
Yeah. That's why we're not Eskimo brothers.
I know.
Yeah.
Who met her first? Did you meet her first or did
No,
Frank meet her first?
Frank met her first.
Okay.
2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
You know the fucking story. Why are you even asking?
I don't remember.
Yeah, so
I don't listen to our podcast.
that's not a podcast thing. It's we dated, quote unquote, dated the same girl. We went on dates with the same girl.
Okay.
But then, like, when I introduced her to him, he was like, "Oh, he didn't remember her, but she was like, I met you before." And then he started calculating, and then he started kind of going back into his memory, and he's like, "Oh shit, blah blah blah," and he was like, "Oh, like I met her through Frank." Right, and at that time I barely knew who Frank was, right?
Yeah.
And then so once we got close, I was like, "Hey man, we Eskimo brother." I straight up asked, do I have to call you Eskimo Hyung or what's up? Because like but it turns out that he was like, "Oh, I can't do the Kermit the Frog," but then he oh no, we're not have sex. So yeah, apparently they did not have coitus, but I did.
But the thing about Eskimo Brothers is like who got there first? Like who landed on the moon?
Who
first?
got the slappy seconds?
No, but if but to be honest,
Leftover brothers. Who was the leftover brother?
But
that's
dude,
terrible, man.
but
Oh, God.
but we are
took the doggy back home.
no, but
like that.
but think about it. For the most part, whoever we're with, we are the sloppy whatevers. Whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
In life.
It is true.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a little drunk right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I think we're getting into.
So who cares? Like, shocking thing.
Yeah.
By the way, it's kind of related.
By the way, this soju bottle has been sitting here this whole time, and I just realized that it says Danny Day.
Yeah, that's why I put it there.
That someone made this for you.
Yeah,
right? It's not like a real brand, right?
Yeah, it's Joan Day.
Yeah.
But then for the comedy club, they made private
labels
for.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
But does it work if you have a 3-syllable name like Linus?
Linus Day.
No,
I mean, it's
There's
not even
enough room.
I'm sure they have. There's kerning, but I met at the show at Busan. One of the guys, he's from Busan. He used to be a teacher there. Like he used to teach like high school kids, and he went to school there. He lived there. Blah blah blah. So a lot of his people came to see him, and one girl when he was a senior in college was like his freshman, right? Mm-hmm. And she was also in the teaching department, and she eventually she's now a teacher, right? Mm-hmm. So she brought her undies, right? And so afterwards we hung out, grabbed some drinks, right? And they were both very, very cute. And, they were like, they couldn't stop talking because, we set up the show where it's clean and it gradually gets dirty, right? And then fucking the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of this tower of whatever, that Bruce Lee movie where Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the main boss. I'm the dirtiest guy there, right? Mm-hmm. And so they were talking about how dirty, they had a great time. And then so the Dongsen goes, do you know this Unni is saving herself for marriage? Right?
One of the comedians?
No. Like the girl that they brought.
Oh. Okay.
Right? But it's not, okay.
And she's 42 years old.
She's 34 years old.
Oh, that's impressive.
Yeah. To me, when somebody's saying that they're saving themselves for marriage, it's two options. Mm-hmm. One is really by their choice, or the other one is not because of her choice.
Right.
But because it's a good way to hide that she's unfuckable, right? like Right. And so when she said she was, I went, well, shut the fuck up, right? And then
you saw her.
Yeah. And so it was her choice. What a terrible choice.
Well, she's probably like hyper Christian.
Oh yeah. She was very Christian.
Crazy guilt issues.
Right.
Got really overimposing parents.
So me and the other comics, we're having drinks. She's having drink, hyper Christian, but she's good at drinking. So we were drinking, and so I'm starting to pry. Like, you have a boyfriend? He's like, we broke up recently. Oh, how long were you guys dating? Like 5 years. 5 fucking years. And you never fucked. They're like, no. Did you even blow? No, we don't do that. So
Wow.
We kissed. I was like, that's why y'all fucking broke up, right? Right?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean? And I go, I am sure that dude, jacking off alone, is not going to be good enough for him if he is your age or older.
Right.
That is, I went, yo, man, that.
I have a theory already.
Oh.
This is so mean.
Oh.
What if that guy, because you saw the lady.
Yeah.
And what if that guy was clearly, she was clearly out of his league. And that's why he held on for so long. And then he was just and she was kind of like a trophy.
Possible.
And hung on for dear life for that one day that maybe. Why am I even
damn,
going
dude? But come on, dude. 5 years.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
And I went, and it's I go. Yeah. You fucked up.
I went to Christian college, so there was a lot of
but they're all fucking stupid motherfuckers at that college. like fucking useless. Time wasted.
I was a late bloomer too.
Me too. Late bloomer. Yeah. I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, but 34.
Not that late. No.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was like 25.
essentially.
25.
We're on fucking camera, man.
That's okay.
25 is not.
I was 26.
I mean,
26. I
Yeah.
think.
I'm saying 34.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me because I know somebody in my family that's
and
48
and as
still
much
waiting
as
for
I
marriage, yeah.
love that person, I strongly go, what the fuck are you doing, man? You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, So why I bring this up is because there is one person that we won't if whoever jumps first is the first. No Eskimo brothers. Is Eskimo only child with that person, right?
I thought the story you were going to tell, because we were talking about Eskimo brothers, was that you met these girls and they became Eskimo sisters. like you had like a wild night or something.
No, it's the other way around. Where
So it would work, right?
yeah, I can't.
It's getting weird.
Yeah.
But the booze actually helped a lot today. Like I've been another stressful day at work. But I'm like,
this motherfucker
as
is
always
always gonna be stressed.
These are
But you always gonna be stressed too.
therapeutical.
Right.
The show is therapeutic for me.
I like therapeutical.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds
I
like
make up words all the time.
Yeah. It sounds like you need to like fucking use nail clippers for this shit, right? But no, I'm in the beginning, like I wasn't like super hungover, but I was pretty beat up because not a long flight, but something about being in an airplane, even for like 50 minutes, just kind of weirdly kicks your ass. You don't feel right when you land.
Yeah.
Like once you go up and you come down, you're like, what the fuck is
you
this
came
shit?
straight here, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
You're literally at a high altitude.
Right.
Your body's like,
And
like what the hell?
do you know how I realized Bobby's been here for too long? Is that I saw him when I got here, and I hit him with a classic dad joke, like an old school joke. I went, man, I just flew in from Busan, and boy, are my arms tired. Right? It's a stupid. it's a stupid like fucking old white ajashis I've met all my life since I was in high school have hit that, right? But this guy was like, wait, so like
It flew right over my head.
like what? But that's not like an original. That is what
I thought you were testing out material, and so like it was always my normal response. Like I don't get it.
Yeah. No, but this is something that like this is why I'm like frustrated because I'm like, yo, you're not even plugged into back in the days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what kind of mutant are you that you can't speak English properly, can't speak Korean properly?
Dude, I am fucked in so many ways.
Yeah.
Like I don't know where.
That's why I go, Bobby, like you need to catch up. You got to hold on to something, you know?
Dude, life is not good. I'm like caught in like this vortex of, or this purgatory, or I don't know what you would call it. Like,
but I don't even think it's cultural. I think you just said, fuck it. I'm just going to keep X, Y, and Z. It's like you read the Marie Kondo book, but instead of your possessions, it's like your memories and your fucking sensibilities. Is what you've got rid of at minimum.
I thought you were raised Catholic. Honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
The amount of guilt that you and I.
I mean, I basically was like, I catch myself from saying a lot before I say anything a lot on this podcast. Like I'm always like, I let Danny just say whatever he wants, but I never let myself just like say what I am always thinking. So that's why he calls it buffering. Like I have like a
that's why basically you are admitting that you are being fake on our podcast.
It's not fake. It's like being responsible.
I don't think it's responsible.
I don't know, Bobby. I don't think you give yourself a credit.
I don't think it's responsible. I think it's more like you are being too cautious to uphold some image that.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah, but that image might not necessarily be.
Yeah.
Whatever you're upholding might even not be a good image to uphold.
That's true.
Right. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying when it comes to
it
like. It
got even worse when I had kids, because having kids is always like, I look at this podcast as like something for them to watch later on in life.
No, brother.
They want to get to know their dad.
Yeah.
Like on another level. And like, I don't want them to know their dad on every level.
But Bobby, I've watched this podcast and I've seen you say things like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Like he said it. He said that. I wouldn't have been able to say that. Like,
I mean, that's why I catch myself more.
Over here.
I mean,
You lived here too long.
There were certain.
Maybe.
There was maybe probably like episode like 20 to 30 where I was just like, fuck it. I was just like on a rampage. I didn't care about anything. I was just like, and I look back at those episodes. I don't actually look back on it. I just remember that time.
And you regret
it. Damn, yeah. I kind of
shit.
Geez, I was a little bit mean.
No, but we talked about this. There's I mean, obviously you are not a comic, but Bert Kreischer.
Yeah.
He is a comedian. And some of his daughters are old enough to see his stand-up, and if not live, then at the very least, like his specials, right?
Yeah.
And apparently he won some award for like new media star of the year by Variety magazine.
Really?
Right. And so Variety threw some sort of like party, and then he had a comedy show at the Improv.
Okay.
And even though it's an 18 and over crowd or whatever, his daughters were in the audience. Bert is not necessarily the cleanest comic, right? So he's telling all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Right. So after the show, he was like, "Hey, girls, what do you think of what did you think about the show?" Like, Dad, like, do we really have to hear about that? And then Bert goes, "You see those braces? This is how Daddy makes your braces." Right. And I go, "Yes."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is what I do.
Yeah.
If this actually made some sort of income, they'd be like, "Who gives a fuck what I say?"
Yeah.
You put it that way. I should probably let loose a little bit more.
Right. Yeah.
I think this could be a better podcast if I was a little bit more just let it all spill out there.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't have to be dividing eggs in half to save the other half for the next meal. I don't know. Stuff
That
like
was a wild.
I was like, "Where are you going with this, Bobby?"
Wild ass fucking metaphor,
You never
my
done
friend.
that? You never done that?
No, I have, but not to describe the situation. Have you ever divided eggs in half?
Yeah. So I'm a little bit too reserved. I know that. I think I could be a little bit more open about it.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, somewhere down the line, I too am going to have kids or whatever, right? Hopefully. And my kids are going to not just hear this podcast, but see my set in Korean or in English. And it lives there somewhere in the ether, right?
You know what?
And that's why I'm not worried about them going, "Yo, look at my dad's." Whatever.
It's too late. It's too late. You can't hide the fact that.
What's the next frontier anyway? I mean, we look back on Lenny.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, we look back on Lenny Bruce.
Yeah.
That shit now is pretty tame, but that was fucking mind shattering at the time.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Lenny Bruce. That's fun.
When it comes to all like things that we put out there, like if you have like Twitter or whatever, no matter how like how what do you call it? Controlled, or like you think that I'm gonna make sure that nothing's gonna get me in trouble. We don't know what's gonna get us in trouble.
Yeah, I mean,
that can be something you wrote in a lyric. You know what I mean?
Even something today now that we think is okay, in 10 years will not be okay.
Probably.
So like we're talking about using beef fat like for soap, and people are gonna be like, "You what?" That's like, So like,
fucking savages.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess the whole thing with my kids is like I don't have volumes of podcasts that my dad made. Like my memory of my dad is still a mystery, but like he was still a hero in my eyes, even though he was hardly there for me. It's because I created that in my, so that's his legacy is going to be very different from my legacy to my kids. And I can tarnish that if I am just like episode 20 to 30.
Yeah,
like,
but motherfucker,
I already put
you
it
don't
out
think
there.
you've already tarnished it just by being around them?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah.
let them get to know the real you as opposed to
That's true.
the some sort of
You know what?
perceived image or like whatever. Like when you see boy band members, the way they answer all interview questions, I'm like, I don't. What the who wants to?
And then you know what? They're
hang out
smart
with
enough
that.
to know,
Right.
like, even though I'm hiding things,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, Dad, you told Uncle Linus to sell out, and so
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
they're gonna figure out themselves that I'm not like this perfect,
But
hippie. Like,
I'm not. And I'm super generalizing now, but when it comes to like what I realize about Korea versus the U.S., even though U.S. is probably like I don't want to say the birthplace of, but like these synonymous. The U.S. is synonymous with capitalism, right?
mhm.
But I feel that when it comes to certain industries, compared to Korea, U.S. actually cares about the art and product a little bit more. When it comes to
At this point, in
Services or goods answer or
like when it comes to entertainment, for sure,
entertainment.
for sure. When it comes to the comedy world, and I've said it, and I mean I can get in trouble. I don't give a fuck. But
Yeah.
like Korean comedians, for the most part, do not really give a fuck about the art of comedy
yeah,
here.
Is it because they
I've heard you say
fear
that.
retribution? What, is it retribution?
No, they just want to make money. So they're going to, as quote unquote, sell out and
not push the envelope.
not push the envelope and try to just get on variety shows and just get a paycheck and that's it. That exists in the US, but I see a lot of comedians who also have a part of their lives where it comes to more of the creation of it. Right.
I mean that's in every industry, every kind of like vertical.
Yeah.
I guess that's always.
But I've
the case,
never met a comedian in Korea.
Couldn't that be a little bit of a freedom of speech thing, though? A little bit.
Yeah.
Everyone here is so used to the libel and slander laws. You can
Yeah.
get
It's stronger here.
But
Yeah,
but
it's stronger
but
here.
then
in Asia, in general,
but
actually.
if you don't if you
if
take
you don't
a-
address it, then it's never gonna. You're never gonna.
but if
win
you take
beating,
away
right? So-
people like politician names, but whatever, like celebrity names, if you take away all of that and just shit on certain things without names or groups, then what are we slandering?
yeah.
What
Yeah.
can we be? What can they be sued? Like,
I think that's why podcasts are really important, and I hope they take off.
but again,
because we could talk about
no,
these
but
things
time
more.
out. You want to know why it's not taking off?
Yeah.
Because it don't make money, and that's what people want to make. Like that.
You're-
Again,
you're
when
absolutely
it
right,
comes to and this is what I've noticed about me being here in the entertainment world, and like I can't say for the movie industry. Like I don't know that
It
that
exists
area.
there too with actors and stuff.
Right.
Like
But when
tons of sellouts, but there are like really really committed
like
actors
art,
as well.
actors
like,
and movie filmmakers
directors.
that's more like for the art, for the love. Yeah, they'd be like, fuck commercial. This is what I want to make. I want to make some sort of masterpiece, whatever.
Yeah.
When it comes to almost every comedian that I've met, especially the ones that have, for lack of better words, made it.
Yeah.
I have only one person I see really respect the art
craft
of
and art, yeah.
craft of comedy,
Yeah.
and everyone can give two shits about it. And
Who's that? Who's that? Just for the record.
he's
Are
the
you trying to get him in trouble?
no,
That cares.
no,
like,
no, no.
Oh,
And-
craft.
but he is the oldest living gagman in Korea.
Oh, okay.
His name is Chun Yusung.
Okay.
The dude is, I think, in his 80s now.
Whoa.
So he is everybody's hanbe,
Okay.
right? But he has the most open mind about comedy compared to everybody else I've met, and I met them all in Korea.
In F&B, would you say there's also, I mean, F&B too, there's people that sell out and will make
Right.
their, like their food, cater it towards not themselves, but more towards,
Or like 이거 맛있는데, there's two ingredients. Like if you take it out, it's gonna taste a little bit different,
but it's cheaper and make more money.
Right. Like, you know, there's plenty
F&B
of
is
that.
such a hard game right now, especially after Corona,
Yeah.
because the prices of everything gone up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of people who are like just hardcore. I'm sure there are. I just can't think of somebody right at the moment, and I feel bad if there is somebody that I do know that like, because even I have to make like concessions, and I was like, God.
Right.
So what we do is like, you make your dream recipe, and then you cost it out, and you're like, oh shit, I can't sell this because it's too expensive.
It's like $30, right?
So then you like start trimming and try to make, you know, whatever.
Right.
But I'm not trying to kiss your ass, man. I swear to God. But like after like that last set I saw, it's like I was like, oh, Danny, if he keeps on this train, he might actually get arrested. You may be the Lenny Bruce of Korea. I said it, and I'm telling you, man. Like, if you, and I believe in it, man. Like, keep going. It may or may not be funny at times, but you are definitely willing to push the envelope. Hope that didn't hurt.
Yeah, no, I mean, for me, it's the idea of like, I feel like there's way too many pussies in my field. You need to stop being pussies. For when it comes to like comedy for sure. Like we can't. So you know we did this show. It's gonna air tomorrow, actually.
Finally
on KBS, right? Where there's this woman who's like a renowned like a therapist, right? But she really is known to treat like children, right? But she's on TV, marital problems. She's on TV telling her, this is what I think the problem is. You need to change this, blah, blah, blah. She came to our comedy club for the show to hear the problems of comedians, right? And their worries and whatever. But my worries are not big and not like sad and all and whatever enough for TV, but I'm just there, right? But then her by herself carrying the show is gonna be fucking boring. So they have like two, as they call them, 개그맨들 that are famous as the co-hosts. And they're trying to make it funny and lively or whatever. And then one of them goes, me as a 개그맨 and all the 개그맨 started comedy because we wanted to make people laugh and we cared about comedy. It wasn't for the fame and money, right? So I said, so what the fuck's happening now? And it got mad quiet. I think they're gonna probably edit it out. But I was like, so what the fuck is going on right now? Right? Do you really want to be on this show? Like, I didn't say that part of it, but that's what I want to be like. What are you doing? If you really cared about comedy and funny, then you're not supposed to be doing this.
Can I ask, the context of the situation? A psychologist, was brought in to psychoanalyze comics after, like, through their show?
No.
Just straight up, like, at a round table?
At a round table, we're supposed to come up with what's our worries and what are we worried about? What are our problems, right? So every episode, she goes to a different group of people.
Oh, okay.
Right. So like the restaurant business, or today we went to Dorangjin and met all these ajumas, and what are your problems or whatever, right? So our episode was our comedy club. Yeah.
Did you lose some friends that day?
No, I mean it didn't come out, but I'm just like, this is not going to make it on air. For me, my problem is not going to make it on air because it's not that noteworthy compared to like some pregnant woman who, like, there's a comedian, she's pregnant. She's also formerly pretty famous, but because of some scandals, she's kind of fell off the limelight. Right? Yeah. But then her problem, what she said was like, I've been shat on so much that when I perform on stage, I can't look audience members in the eyes because I think they hate me. That type of problem.
Yeah.
Versus like, I can't go to America because I'm waiting for this scene to stabilize. Very different.
It's not dramatic enough for TV.
Right.
So that's
I get it.
I mean, the problem, like, that's what I have a problem with, like, those shows like America's Got Talent and like, because they always have to attach like the personal stories of these performers. and it's just like the over dramatic, make it over dramatic,
Right.
And it's just like I don't like being hoodwinked. Like I don't like being like, it's not real. That's not real to me.
Yeah.
Like
Insulting.
I feel like all these people, like I do have respect for them on some level when I just see them perform and they have incredible talent. And then, they have these sob stories, but then part of me is like, I need to take it with a grain of salt. Like if I knew these people in real life, it wouldn't be this dramatic.
Yeah.
Like, and so I don't like having to ingest like content or like TV shows this way where I have to like be on guard and be like, wait a minute, this is not reality. This is not reality. And I don't like that. Like I don't, that's why I don't watch TV and these shows and like, because I know it's a lot of that, like just pulling strings and making, like and so it's a lot to do with in the music industry too. Like I gravitate towards bands that I know that are not selling out, like or just like taking risks artistically that really kind of make me feel like, oh, I've never fucking heard anyone do that before that way. Like that excites me more, like finding like something that's not commercial that I enjoy.
I got a question. Like this is a little slightly off topic, but not. But every once in a while, I probably ask you this maybe every once 3 years or something. I was like, who are you listening to these days?
For music?
Yeah. What are you listening to these days?
Oh man, like a big problem.
Baby Shark, dude.
Yeah.
Baby.
I mean, a big problem with that is like, because I'm on Spotify, but then I share that like it goes by algorithm, right? And so like I'm always every night I'm playing lullabies on it, and then in the day I'm doing podcasts. And then the music part of it, like I let the office use my Spotify account. So for like one of the floors, I just let people pick the music. And so my music algorithm is not, it doesn't fit my personality. So I can't discover new music. Like I just don't have enough time to like
even
find
if
new
it's not,
music.
because I mean,
So,
I know that you got on a Shins kick all of a sudden, like listening to shit like 15 years ago.
oh
You
yeah,
started
like
listening
the
to old
Shins
stuff.
and like now I'm only like re-listening to stuff that I already know. Or last year, I'll say I was really into Phoebe Bridgers.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. So it's like very indie singer-songwriter stuff.
I mean, that's like, this is why we ask, because if you go, hey, I'm interested in the Wu-Tang Clan. I'm like, what? Yeah, we all know them, right? Like when we ask you,
but check out Phoebe Bridgers, like, and then you might know where my mind is at, or like my kind of like human state is at. Like,
is it death rock?
It's not rock at all. No. It's like borderline
Phoebe.
It's singer-songwriter stuff for sure, but it's also like leaning towards like pop, really good stuff. Like lyrically, it's exactly what I needed last year. It's really dark stuff too. But
when people ask you what kind of music you're into, I think they're trying to look for music that's not something that they're familiar with.
No.
Right? I mean,
maybe may not.
No, but like if somebody comes up to me and goes, hey, like, like what are your go-to, like, if I say somebody like, I mean, which I am like into, like Bill Burr, Louis, like Dave, Chappelle, like those names that everyone knows, they'll be like, oh. But if I hit them with something that's a little bit more obscure, but maybe only the comedy world knows, I was like, recently I've been into Shane Gillis.
Really?
Me too.
Really?
Yeah. Me too.
I've noticed he's on more podcasts and he's showing his face more.
But his stand-up is, I was like, so Shane, if you don't remember, he was the one that got in trouble for doing them Asian shit.
Yeah.
And he was casted on SNL and then he got canceled.
Yeah.
But like, I feel a certain way about, what he said and the reason, and that causing him to get canceled. I think that
it was a bit much, would you say?
I think we need to pump the brakes on cancel culture.
I agree.
Right. Like, yeah. Let's say he said the word chinks and I don't remember exactly, but let's say he said the words chinks and gooks.
Yeah.
Even then, I'd say pump the brakes, right? Because
I agree.
Because when you water, because if you water everything,
yeah.
If you fucking like investigate everything. It's what Bill Burr said. Like somebody came out and said we should fucking retroactively cancel Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Right. Because in an interview in the 70s, he said he's dead, but like in the 70s, he said like, oh, we should slap her if you're get online. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Or John Wayne or whatever. Like we can't go back in time and do that because then we're all going to get fucked.
Or somebody who said something 10 years prior.
Right.
I think most people, most rational human beings and, you know, can course correct, right? I mean, everyone's been on the wrong path in terms of, even Bill Burr, he just probably doesn't have someone recording him saying chink or gook.
No,
like,
but
maybe he has one, like, let's say he did. Say
I think we're looking at, right. I don't think it's about the person. Yes, I think people can course correct. Mm-hmm. But what I'm more concerned about are the people that can't forgive or can't see that them looking 10 years back in time.
I think we're on the same page.
Yeah, so like me giving the benefit of the doubt of the person to be like, oh, he should feel bad now. Oh. Right? He or she should feel bad now is not my concern almost. It's more at the fault of people going back in time and, you know, like scrubbing through fucking emails or whatever and going, you know what? 20 years ago, this person was a piece of shit. They're still a piece of shit now, right? Mm-hmm. So back to Shane Gillis, when I see his stand-up and I see like him on comedy podcasts, I go, yo, this dude's pretty fucking funny.
He is funny.
Right?
He really is funny.
And so like, obviously, there's going to be people that are the yellow justice warriors, right? That go, wait a minute, but that's the guy that said this on a podcast, so I can't allow myself to like what he says. Beyond that, I'm gonna get angry if any other of my fucking Asian brothers and sisters.
I'm in part agreement with like cancel culture as a broadsword. No, but people should be responsible for some of the things that they say. So for instance, I think somebody who does a chink joke or whatever, or just a really, you know, pull your eye back joke, it's lazy. It's shit comedy. You know, it's not even fucking funny, you know, anymore.
But I think with Shane Gillis, though, it was lazy comedy at the time. Yeah. But I think he paid, I think he's paid for his sins. But here's the thing, though. He also brought to light what a lot of people weren't paying attention to, you know, like on the brighter side of things, I think. And for me, it's like, I'm past it. I'm past him. At one point, I was a little bit like annoyed that I had to listen to his old footage of him saying these shitty, like lazy jokes, right?
Yeah, but it's on a podcast that you say with your friends where when you have a drink at a bar, right? And you're saying, and I'm not saying that it's going to be bad racist jokes, but we say shit just to say shit. Yeah. Right? You know what I mean? And that's it's unfortunate that it's recorded and it was thrown out into the ether. But in my mind, I go, like, we are just...
We're all the same. Like,
what is a podcast to me is what we're doing right now is we are at the bar drinking. Right? And everyone listening, they are flies on the wall listening to our conversation. Right. That's how I feel about what podcasts
it should be.
Right.
You know,
and so it's whether it's fucking hardcore and messed up, or it can be deep and thought-provoking, whatever the case, that's why I go, what's real, like, well, you know what I believe it's really should be canceled is actual hate speech. Yeah. Right?
I mean, I agree.
Where somebody goes, all Chinamen should get murdered.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. Right?
I'm totally past the Shane Gillis controversy. Yeah. I'm totally past it, and I think he deserves another chance. Yeah. Like, I think, you know, like, personally, I think, you know, like, I think he's talented. Like I've seen him.
It's not even about forgiveness for me. Yeah. It's just about he's a funny dude. You know.
I didn't say it's not even forgiveness. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm I'm just past it. You know, like I don't think I think he brought to light. I think he brought to light to show other comics and other people like in his position in social media or whatever. Like they can't just say shit like that anymore, right? And so he's given them a better, brighter path to go down.
He's the Jesus Christ of comedy.
No, I mean he just happens to be the sacrificial lamb, right? Yeah. But even sacrificial lambs deserve to get back on their chosen path, and like we should let them do so. And so like I mean we're not the gatekeepers, right? But we are like in a sense. Like,
what I'm saying is that
the cancel culture.
What he got canceled from was SNL, right? It didn't stop his career in any way in the sense of what he always was making money on, which was stand up.
But it would have catapulted his career, like possibly into Pete Davidson, like kind of.
Yeah, possibly, but like I'm thinking that it might have been a better thing for him. Obviously, like him being on SNL, great credit, great blah blah blah, great whatever exposure or whatever. But there's plenty of cast members that have just been buried, right? Like that you don't know that they're cast members, right? It's easier for him to be less of a slave to a corporation like NBC and SNL, and because SNL and NBC are slaves to the advertisers, right? So if you piss them off, which they don't want, you know what I'm saying?
So we did him a favor.
Yeah. So we did him a favor because he's still going to be as brash as he wants, right? But he's like, fuck it, I don't need to be on TV anymore, right? Like, look at what Andrew Schultz did, right?
I was going to mention Andrew Schultz. He is the guy that I'm listening to, and he touches every taboo. Yeah, but he's educated about.
But here's the thing. What I'm talking about when it comes to being a slave. So what happened with Andrew Schultz recently was that he was supposed to do a special with Netflix. They gave him money, they whatever. So he toured it. And then when you tour it, you know which jokes work and not for the last 2-3 years, right? So now it's a nice, precisely perfect temperature fucking casserole of a special, right? So he films a special and he makes his edits and then he sends it to Netflix. And Netflix goes, can you take this and that joke out? Because I think this is going to be a problem. And Andrew's like, wait a minute. I've done this for 2-3 years. This joke there's nothing wrong with the joke. It hits just fine. So then we all understand from Netflix's point of view, they're already dealing with the Chappelle shit. So they're trying to cover their ass and be like, yo, this is too rough. Take that out. Right? And Andrew said, let me buy back my special.
Yeah, why doesn't he do what CK did?
No, that's what he did.
Oh, he did?
And he made way more money than what he thought he would. He made multiple X.
Okay.
So what did that mean? That meant that he is at a point in his career that he doesn't need to be a slave of some corporation and worried about certain advertisers and whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
so what I'm saying with Shane is that possibly this dude could have launched to Pete Davidson level, but there are people like, I'm not going to name names because it's going to look like I'm shitting on them, but there are plenty of people that are cast members of SNL and were that you do not know and they never went. So who knows what that would have done, right? And on top of that, he has to be even way more watered down. And I don't even want to say careful. I want to say watered down for the sake of fear of losing their jobs. I don't think that necessarily, it wasn't a slap on the wrist for Shane. I think we did him a favor.
SNL's not even that.
Yeah, we did him a favor by by the Asians, like you know, like just complaining, him getting fired.
I'm sure he doesn't think of it that way.
I'm not arguing.
Yeah.
Like, I agree with you on a lot of levels. I think you're coming at it at an argumentative. Like,
No, you said Bobby, you said that he lost something because of what quote unquote Asians complained about.
Oh, he did.
Right.
He did lose something though. Yeah, but
I think we did him a favor by doing that. You know what I mean?
I think, I didn't say Asians did it.
But
I think he did it to himself. Yeah. You know, so it's just like, it was unfortunate. Like I think, I mean, like I was not completely agreeable with like he should be. Yeah.
Hold on. Do you have 5 minutes?
Yeah.
You have your 5 minutes now?
What do you mean?
Your stand up.
5 minute stand up? No.
I thought you were working on your set.
No. What?
Yeah.
What?
No. Weren't you working on a?
No, I write bits. Yeah, I write bits, but not to ever go on stage.
The word bits should sue you for what the fuck you just said about bits.
Yeah.
That made bits.
Yeah. I thought you were working on a set like your 5 minutes and then 10. Is it 5 minutes or 10 minutes?
I mean, I'd give him 5 minutes on stage to see how hard it is in the Korean language or in the English language for that matter.
I know from the get-go it's hard. I would never take that for granted. Like I've been on stage for other reasons and I know how hard that is. Like and I would never ever think twice about I would never try stand up. Really? I would never try it.
I mean, that's why, you know, like I would be like, come on, everybody come.
Come get your ass beat, man.
You don't see me going like, I'm gonna because I might my voice is shit, but then everybody be like, I'm gonna try to write a song and sing it.
I tell Danny probably I feed him probably 1,000 ideas without him knowing it, just hoping that it comes out in his comedy.
How long did you have to bomb before you or did you just hit off like?
No, I think like real bombing, like 2 years of like real just no response.
Wow.
And then there was ways I knew how to make people laugh, but then that's beyond just making people laugh. I don't think is necessarily stand-up comedy.
But see, that's like what Andrew Schultz. Like, I don't even think I can remember any of his set. He's all crowd work. He's all like on the fly.
No. We talked about this.
That's only on YouTube.
Yeah, right.
The thing is, like,
that's what he does to. You have to keep on putting shit out on your YouTube channel too.
But you're not gonna put he doesn't have stand up, like he doesn't have like specials out, right? Enough to be like.
But I'm Seisha. I would watch a special of just his crowd work.
I mean, but if he had specials, right? And then Dave Chappelle's specials, like they come out in short form content a lot now, right? But everybody's seen it already, so it's fine. Like he probably doesn't care, right?
Right.
But if it's like content that hasn't been seen yet, you need those numbers for your actual special.
Right.
Like you're not going to put out your content before it actually.
I see.
Right.
Can't do
so
that. Right.
He'll only put out the crowd work because that's not part of his special.
Yeah, because that's more just like, hey, I need to, and you know, the algorithm. That's your business card. That's your fucking sticker that you slap on certain things. So,
but that's actually what's helping him blow up. Because most people only know him as a crowd worker.
I want that and his podcast. He's on 2 very successful podcasts.
That's true. Right. Also,
you know what I mean?
All of that together is like most people that are fans of Andrew Schultz through short form content, they've never seen his actual
me neither.
Jokes, like his bits. Yeah.
So years ago, he does have a special out on his YouTube channel that he wanted to sell to Comedy Central or Netflix, and none of them bought it, even though he did good numbers. So he said, fuck it. And he broke up the special into like a few parts, like 3 parts.
Okay.
And just released it on his channel.
Okay.
And that did well. And what happened was the next week when he was on tour, and at the time he would never sell out, like if he's in another city, he's like, what the fuck? Why am I selling out here? After it blew up. He didn't know.
Okay.
He's like, maybe it's because this area, they like comedy. There's nothing with, so he goes to the next city. He goes, what the fuck? They sold out here too. 3 nights in a row. What if I'm not a famous person? And so that's what he realized kind of triggered. So he's like the new guy.
I suspect though, like it with Netflix right now, when it comes to comedians though, like and having specials like Andrew Schultz, like I think he's like a very special case because with him it's like a chicken or the egg thing, right? Like whether he needs Netflix to help him blow up, or the other way around, like or to keep Netflix going, you know, like keep their comedy thing going. So he's already got that.
But here's the thing, and this is what he said in a podcast recently was like before Netflix there was like HBO and Comedy Central, right? Where like ultimately the special you shot so that if it becomes a hit, then it equates to more sales, which in turn makes more money, right? So ultimately, that was always the case, right? If I have an HBO special and it blows up, then instead of performing for 100 people a night, it's 300-400 plus 1,000 people if you're a big time celebrity, right? So that's what, and that is where the majority of a comedian's money comes from, is from touring. Right. So the cherry on top, the dessert from filming a Netflix special or an HBO special was, you know, at the time, like, let's say even if it was $1 million for like Chris Rock or whatever. Yeah. Right. He made way more on 10x, 20x on his tour.
It's the reach.
Right.
Has. Like,
so yeah.
Gaining you fans is the thing.
Like, like the first special, let's say it was 100K. You're not doing it for the 100K. You're doing it for the as you said, the reach. If it blows up. But now, when people are throwing it on YouTube, their whole special, and they're blowing up, they're not getting this 100K or this 250K that the first time special gets. But then it equates to similar like if it blows up. Shows. Banger ass shows.
But the thing with Andrew Schultz now is, does he need Netflix?
No.
Like, so he doesn't. He's already gotten the reach that he.
But I think, but I think, everyone's starting to move away from Netflix because
it's oversaturated. Would you say
oversaturated?
Too much comedy?
And then like unless they're willing, if they weren't doing it for the money or the reach. If all those two things, and the money is not the money that you get paid for the special, but for the reach for the following tour, if both those things are not monopolized by Netflix, then Netflix has nothing to stand on when it comes to the comedy stuff, right? Because then they'll be, so now they can't, now if they go, well, this person made way more than what Netflix was offering them. Right?
I mean, I kind of, this is like, for me, like before I would say like a couple years ago, all the comedy specials that were on Netflix, I saw all of them. But now there's just so many, like I don't even care to go through them. Like I can barely get to the ones that I want to watch now. There's just too much on there.
So Netflix used to be like the go-to spot for you, that's you have to hit that to be in the next level, right? In the 80s and 70s, it was you got to do the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, right, to blow up. Now, if you get on Kimmel, nobody really gives a shit, right? You know what I mean?
Kind of following
Kimmel, Fallon, right?
Everyone was following the I guess like the Chappelle, like everyone wanted to be Chappelle, right? Like. He had like a 5 special deal with Netflix. What does that mean? A 5 special deal with Netflix? It's like, that must mean I need to get a 5 special deal or like a multiple deal with Netflix.
But right? You know, like that's why I think the common person doesn't understand that. Okay, let's say Chappelle got $20 million. That's what he did. Apparently, he got $20 million per special, right? And you go, oh my God, that's crazy. That's $100 million for 5 specials. Yes. But I am sure he made way more than that doing his shows to prepare for those specials. Like many X times that, right? So it's to me, it's just a little whipped cream on top, that number, Like compare,
booster.
it's obviously like $100 million is a crazy amount of money, but like
it's not the same with music, though, right? Your shows don't make as much as like record sales.
Nowadays, that's the case.
No, touring definitely makes. I mean, I don't know about the numbers, but definitely touring will
nothing
make
on streaming.
Yeah,
like as an indie musician, you might as well like not expect any money from streaming. Right. And then everything.
But if you get a record deal, I mean, just the nature of like media these days.
Even record deals, it's like it's very like undefined.
Yeah,
like
really
before,
because everybody just downloads everything, right?
Yeah, it's where it's a different game. Now
so essentially, we're saying the same thing even in the music business when it goes to like yo ass needs to tour your ass off to make a living, right?
Wow. I was thinking this is a random thing I saw today, like about Michael Jordan, right? Nike in 1987 or whatever, when they made that deal with Jordan, their goal was to make something like $5 million in 3 years with through Jordans or through their dealers, right? And now they make $5 million every like 7 hours or something like that in a day.
Yeah.
Like through that brand.
And the secondary market too, the collector.
It's like,
that's crazy.
It's great. I mean, totally unrelated to probably what we're talking about, but
I mean, ultimately, man, like, I mean, we're going 2 hours. This is the longest podcast we've ever done.
This is the longest podcast we've ever done.
No, but you know, like ultimately, man, I think that, you know, we all need to, because earlier we talked about selling out, and he was like, man, I want my friends to sell out, and then you were like, I'm not gonna do that or whatever, right? So like,
I'm gonna sell out in my way.
Yes,
in my own way.
Wait till you have kids.
No,
yeah.
Jeez.
Obviously, everyone has a price, right? Everyone and everyone has priorities. You know, like who knows? Maybe you'll see me doing something that you're like, this motherfucker sold out, right? Like on Korean TV, doing something ridiculous, right? You know, 오 맛있네요. 이 어머님 이거 비법이 뭐세요? 오 이 소스 냄새 좀 대박. You might see me do that. Chances are not, right? But you know what I mean. But you know, but for that. But
at the moment, Danny, it's kind of the Lenny Bruce of Korea. It's funny. You kind of look like the Asian Lenny Bruce.
I think it would actually do you well to create a scandal. I actually think if you got arrested at your show, that would blow you.
But
up.
you know what? To be honest, Korea isn't like, I think you guys, your thoughts about what can be said and cannot be said is, I don't know where it came from, but I think it's way more conservative than what the actual line is. Like
what cancel culture in Korea, you would agree is stronger here than it is.
Yeah, well,
no.
Yeah.
No.
Netizens? They will take you down.
Yeah, but like,
man.
but see, here's the thing. What is the taking down part, right? Like when it comes to like a celebrity saying crazy shit, what do? They go to whatever TV show that they're on and shit, like put on their message boards, right? Ultimately, they're pressuring the company, and then if they don't do anything, then they're gonna pressure the Cheondae. Let's say that I am a spokesperson for Cheondae.
But I'll give you an example, man.
Right.
There was that guy. He was in a boy band, a really big boy. I can't remember which one, but a scandal came out because he was involved in the Burning Sun thing, right?
Yeah.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Is he a Big Bang member?
Yeah.
Oh shit! And he had a chain of authentic Japanese ramen restaurants called Aori.
Yeah.
And it just ended it.
Yeah, I mean, but
ended it like that.
I mean, like when it comes, okay, so not even involved. I mean, it's not a alleged, like it's a, you know, like when it comes to like dealing.
By the way, I'm not defending that guy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
like so it's not even alleged. It's not like he was part of the group. It's almost as if he was a ringleader, right? So he was involved allegedly in providing prostitutes for business like business meetings to get the ball rolling, to the juice, like drug scandals, fully aware of like sexual abuse
that
at
was
his clubs,
I think
right, and all that stuff. And on top of that, him and a group of fellow celebrities were in a Cacao Talk room, and they were giving each other videos of they shot fucking girls.
Wow.
And then on all of that blew up, right? So ultimately
that could close some ramen shops.
no, but if that happened in America, that'll shut them down too. Yeah. Think about if not, and I'm not saying just a sex video came out, like his company where like his employees were like sexually harassing people, or like he was giving like drugs and hookers, and all of that was just all encompassing, it'll shut down Bieber too. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, I don't think that the cancel culture in Korea is as, I mean, it's
a different monster.
No, it's hardcore. But like when I see certain people's views of what can be said and cannot be said, I do not think that, so I think whatever you guys think the line in terms of can be said on stage, I think it's a lot more liberal than you think, because I've seen, not just me, but I've seen more famous people say wilder shit on stage and nothing's happened to them, right? So I think it's just a matter of like being way extra careful.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because when you were like, you can be arrested for, I was like, there's nothing I've said on stage in Korea that I can be arrested for. Because if that's the case, then,
unless you talk shit about the president or some,
then it's not arrested. I don't think it's
civilly.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, the president can sue me, but that's why I don't talk about. And if that joke that I say, not making fun of the president, I am simply saying what the fuck that taxi driver told me a year ago, right?
Right.
But that's what the context is, So that's why like those types of, I don't know, man. That's why, when earlier we're talking about like Bobby going, I'm holding back or whatever because of something. I go, is it the line that you drew for your image in Korea, or overall your Western audience image as well? Like whatever that line is.
I don't know. It's different for everything, but like I mentioned my kids for one thing. Yeah. Like there's certain things I don't want them.
Yeah, your nephews and nieces. Yeah, you like the people back home that you don't want them to see and hear.
Yeah. Like I straight up tell my my brother and sister-in-law, don't let their kids listen to the podcast. It's just like maybe down the line they can, but not now. Like, and so I bite my tongue a lot for different reasons,
I think for good reasons. They're good enough reasons, man. Family is a good enough reason. It is.
Right. Yeah.
But even so, like I am a little bit, but yeah, I am a little bit more honest on this podcast than I am like probably in like that with most of the people I interact with every day.
Yeah, but you don't need to be real with these motherfuckers. They're just, they're nobodies in your life, really.
Yeah.
I know my sister's going to have a lot to say about this podcast. So she's going to watch it.
At this point, I'm kind of like just.
She's going to yell.
I am holding back because I'm pretty drunk right now. Like that's I didn't think I would get this.
You said something that's bad.
I do. Yeah.
Wait, do you
it's
have?
Not bad. By my standards, no.
Yeah. So do you? But
I'll say I'll curse, or I'll like she's like a really hardcore Christian Catholic. And
I was Catholic. I mean, I'm by.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So she's just very conservative. That way. And I'll say, why do you make mom and dad look so bad and like this? And I'm like, and I'm not trying to be insensitive to it. Like I got to be me, that kind of thing. But I'm, I don't. I'm so tired. I'm at an age now. Like, come on, like let me be me. Let me say some stuff and really say what I.
Holy crap!
On the podcast, this is our 104th episode. Like, if I look back at 100 episodes, right? Like, you've seen a lot of facets of Bobby, I would say, in this show.
Wow! Congratulations, guys.
I wonder maybe if we can diagnose like the problems I have, like just based on like the different personalities you've seen come out through.
Yeah, you're too hard. I could tell you, you're too hard on yourself, and you think too much about what you give a shit too much about what other people think about you, particularly the ones that don't matter.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I agree with that.
Yeah. And I go, who cares?
I have a good friend, him, Ben.
Yeah.
Chang.
Yeah.
He says the same shit to me.
Yeah.
You care about the people that don't matter.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I go, dude, if I see my dad, the dad that I know, my father, he, for all his life, was trying to be the stoic, strong, like macho father, right? Which I respect totally, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as I became an adult, I think, obviously I respect all the hard work and sacrifice and blah, blah, blah. But I think I would have a lot better, closer relationship with him if I knew a little bit more of the human side of him, not the facade of like trying to hold this family together in a land where I can't speak the language or whatever, like, which I totally respect and totally understand. You know what I mean? But like, I go, that's why when I drink with my father and he gets hammered and I see that side of him, I go, okay, I could see more of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Then that's what I want to see in people.
I wonder if my kids, like, let's say I never leave Korea.
Yeah.
They're raised here, they grow up here, and then one day they just like, it finally hits them.
Yeah.
Like, dad's like, not even Korean. Like this guy came to
they'll notice fairly quickly why he can't speak our language. Yeah, at the age of 6, they'll understand. I don't know, man. I mean, obviously, do you have, like, now that you've been here for a long time, but you are not married, you just have a business here, which is obviously a big thing.
It's my livelihood and it's my child. It's my children.
So would you basically rest your bones in Korea?
I don't think I have much of a problem with it now. I don't think I have much of a problem. Ooh. Answer it.
Oh, it's my wife. She's Kakao video, so it's probably my son's gonna be in this video. Hold on.
Are we gonna do the video?
아빠.
보고 싶어요.
Oh, no.
Cute.
가야 되겠네. Oh.
Everyone on the Noonchi podcast, this is my son. The video is not coming out, but
아빠 보고 싶어요.
아빠도
Wow.
벤지 보고 싶다.
Wow.
I'm gonna cry.
오케이.
Like a little bitch.
지금 뭐 하고 있어?
누구 있어?
누워고 있어?
누구겠어?
몇 시인데? 지금 자야지.
몇 시인지? 8시 48분?
8시 40분인데.
책도 보고 잘 거예요.
책 보고? 오케이.
Yeah, they'll find out real soon.
Bye bye. Love you.
아빠야, 내
봐. 오케이. Bye bye.
Dang. Your wife pulled a ninja move. You know what the ninja move is?
What?
This
Get your ass home.
Yeah. She used your son
Let's
as
get your ass
and just threw the words like, "Yo, say this to your father." So he could.
That was mad cute though, right?
That was cute.
Yeah, that was your wife.
man.
Yo, man, she did a ninja move.
Yeah. For sure.
Yo, man, I love your wife. She's great,
Yeah.
but that was a ninja move,
move.
man. If she said 언제 올 거야, you're gonna be like, I'm here with the boys.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
oh, hi guys, this is my son. I gotta
Oh,
go
man.
home. Ooh,
Oh,
man, thank God I don't have a child. Jesus.
Oh,
All right. Well, I think we should wrap up.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And-
That's all I
oh my
gotta say.
But we went an hour, 2 hours and a half, like
Whoa.
almost 2.5 hours. today.
God. Okay.
So that's a record for us, I think.
Yeah, but if we keep on talking, we're
Yeah.
gonna keep on extending this record.
Good, but let me check the time on the. We have 19 minutes left on the for video, but we can
Wow.
keep going.
Well, Linus, thank you for
Yeah.
coming.
Oh, thanks for having me, man.
We talked briefly about your journey. I think we could talk more about it, really. But is there anything you want to tell our listeners? I mean, I think half of them are based in Korea.
Yeah. Do you sell merch online or anything like that?
I do, but I don't care.
Not even if they're in Korea, he sells
yeah.
food online, right?
Yeah. Neighbor Smart Store, Linus BBQ.
Yeah.
I don't care. And
Itaewon. Go to Itaewon. Go
Go to Itaewon. You know,
have
놀러 오세요.
yeah. Mention the Noonchi podcast and
Yeah.
get a high five.
I do. Yeah. I just want everybody to eat well and sleep well. 잘 먹고 잘 자.
잘 먹었네.
Sure.
Yeah, 잘 자.
That's pretty rude.
Eat
man.
barbecue.
How would you say that,
You
like,
get
to
that
them?
pink chicken.
That pink chicken.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid of pink chicken.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all.
Don't be
And
afraid of the pink,
and,
unless there's a stink.
and don't get mad at your brother, Joanne. Like
Joanne, give me a break. Gosh. Just try.
Wait, older sister, younger sister?
Younger sister.
오빠 욕하지 마세요.
I'll see. Anyway.
Yeah, so if
Right,
you
yeah.
are in the Itaewon area, go check out Linus BBQ, the
Yeah.
best barbecue in Korea.
And everyone that listens to our podcast knows who you are. Like we literally, your logo is on
Everything. Thanks,
every
guys.
episode. Like
I appreciate that.
it's like one of those ongoing like things. Like, we didn't have enough time for Matt Damon this week, but it's just like. Our apologies to Matt Damon. It's like the longest ongoing joke on like stuff like. But thanks for coming out. Thanks for bringing food. Thanks for boozing it up with us.
Yeah.
We love you seriously.
Oh man.
We
I love you guys.
we should go get some more Linus barbecue.
Come on by sometime. Just let me know when it's time.
Yeah.
So you're gonna
No,
break your son's heart?
He's gonna be asleep. He won't see me till the morning anyway. So it's just like,
Damn.
go get some more
Shit,
fried.
father.
But I do that every night before I go to bed. At least I kiss my kids good night, whether they're asleep or awake.
or
So-
or smell like booze or
Yeah,
other vices.
yeah. I don't know what other. So, Linus, thank you so much for being on the show, and you're welcome back anytime, of course.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thanks.
if you had a good time.
I had a great time.
Verdict's still out, right?
Yeah, no,
So-
I had a great time. This is, drinking and, like talking shit. Yeah, sure, man.
All right, guys, go check out Linus BBQ in Itaewon. And we'll see you next week on the Noonchi podcast.
Bye bye.
Peace.